Oh, Marcus. Hello, welcome. This is a Pixel Overwatch. You've actually made it to one of these streams for a change. Marcus, you make it all the time. It does... You can come when you please, it's all good. This is Tuesday Overwatch, the super casual Overwatch stream where Sarah and I usually play Overwatch. She's going to be a bit late today, so I guess I have to talk to the chat and myself for the next 20 minutes to half an hour while she gets her act together. Yep, so this is just Overwatch. Has anybody seen anything cool at E3? I really have not been following it. I did see a Destiny trailer right before I got on today. Oh yeah. I don't expect to get many viewers today, Marcus. It's E3, no one's watching anything else. So, I wouldn't worry. Overwatch League is live, for some reason. I don't know why. So yeah. That's a thing. Is that why you're not streaming today, Marcus? You don't want to compete with E3? Probably should disconnect that, eh? Oh, I don't normally have these chat options open. Social... There we go. I don't want to be told beyond. Bethesda, Sony, Microsoft, Ubisoft, EA. You don't stream... Yeah, you really don't, which is why it's always a treat when you do. Unfortunately, I do have schedules to keep, so I do stream while E3 is going on. How do you decide what to stream and what not to stream, Marcus? Because I kind of just play the games I like to play. Except for Fortnite. Somehow I still end up in that every week and it's a walking nightmare. Alright, how annoying do you want to be as Sombra? How do they see me? Sorry, Zenyatta. Uh-oh. I'm not as good as talking to myself as Johnny is. He's very good at talking to himself, as you can see by the fact that he spends a lot of time alone. Shit. I mean, it could be worse. Ah, Tracer. Why? But yeah, hopefully Sarah will come and save me from this solitude of hell. Nope, not for you, Tracer. You do not get to ultimate or live. I don't know, E3 just seems to me like a very overblown kind of project that a lot of people just seem to really hail. It is fun to watch, though. Ugh. Come on, Farah. Where's... uh-oh. Damn it. Messi got to her. Oh, here we go. do a variety of stuff. Whatever I enjoy. That's pretty much what we do. Whatever we enjoy. I mean, Fortnite produces it. I've mentioned this before, but Fortnite is a bit of a performance thing for me. I actually don't like the game. I don't find it fun to play. However, it allows me to practice improv and stuff like that with the situations we find ourselves in. Also, I play it with very good friends, so I don't think I could do it without the crutch of having them support me on that stream. So I wouldn't do it alone. Like, Overwatch is the only game I would probably be comfortable to stream alone. That being said, I do get caught up in the game. I end up going silent for a good period of time. I'm sure you've noticed that I've done that. But yeah, I do get that it is a bit of a trend. But I do kind of like what Fortnite turns me into, in the sense it's an angry person. I think I do come across as quite immature on those streams, though. Which is something that I'm okay with. Oh man, really, Mercy? You caught him at the last minute. I was about to kill him. Oh no, soldier, go away now. Speaking of Kingdom Hearts, Marcus, did I see very briefly before I started streaming, was there a Jack Sparrow thing at E3? On the Sony press conference? Ah, Xander. Hello, welcome. Sorry, Zenyatta. So there was a Jack Sparrow thing. Xander, hello. Got back from an error. Oh, okay. How's Quake? Sorry, I'm having two conversations with two people. And it brought the feels. Okay, Marcus, later on, I'm gonna need you to post that somewhere where I can see it, so I can watch it. Oh, Farah, I don't think so. Can we hold this objective for 4 minutes while I concentrate on other things other than the game? Probably not. Oh. Jack Sparrow got ruined for you. I believe there is a bit of controversy over Jack Sparrow, or at least the actor that plays him, which I've forgotten the name of currently. Johnny Depp. I did see the Resident Evil bit. That was about where I stopped watching for a bit. I went to make a sandwich, and then I came back, and then it was Disney, Jack Sparrow, and then I started doing this. So that trailer looked really awesome. I thought the rat's perspective was a bit of a fake out. I thought it was going to be like a rat simulator game. Maybe. Oh, I got a box. I will take that box, and I will open it. I was never much of a Resident Evil fan when I was a kid. Probably shouldn't be a Resident Evil fan if you're a kid, but I hear Resident Evil 2 is the shit, and I should get involved very quickly with that. Where should I go? Wow, I've never seen that icon before. What is that? Yeah, Johnny Depp with that kind of stuff, Xander, that's really rough. Recently, one of the people I admired was marred by a similar brush recently, and I don't know how I feel about that kind of is it possible to separate the person's art from themselves? I mean, yes and no. I mean, the art can stand alone apart from the creator, but that's honestly up for the audience to decide.
I'm guessing there's no chance we can take care of this quietly, is there?
Square Enix, Marcus, does have a press conference this year, which I learned a bit late. Um, you know what, Xander? I actually think the art can stand alone. I agree with you there. That is true. You don't want to give pennies to the dog axe, essentially. I got a diva, cool. Alright. Let's just see if I can blow past this and kill the Zenyatta. Oh, she knows I'm here. Oh, diva. Please don't do that. Let's just take away this microwave. If anybody's wondering, that was not a pro strat. What I just did, that was completely an accident. Really, Symmetra? That's mature. Just... The recent Pirates of the Caribbean was actually a very heavy Australian production, so it got a lot of support from Film Victoria and things like that. So, I mean, also the latest Thor was as well, Thor Ragnarok. Come on, Tracer, let's do this. Interesting. No, I didn't say let it slide. I think it's not. I don't think that's what Marcus meant, but. The enemy has a teleporter. I found the teleporter. I think Hollywood has a culture of covering things up for the sake of, you know, their stars, which has become very apparent over the past year and a half, and people are not willing to put up with it. And I think it might be too late for people like Johnny Depp. I think it might be a bit too late for people like Johnny Depp. I think the next generation of Hollywood producers and creators and actors and everything are going to need to be a bit more mindful of the way they conduct themselves both in front of and behind the camera. So, I think it might be a bit too late for these old people. That's just one of the views I have. I mean, not saying it's okay, but I think... Oh, really? I just want... So I think it take comfort in the fact that the new creators are not going to conduct themselves in such a horrific manner, because yeah, so the fact that a lot of famous people are coddled and live in this bubble where things are socially acceptable, and their frame of reference becomes very warped. This idea is actually explored in the sense of that everyone around you is telling you that you're okay, even when you're not. Like, that idea is actually explored in Andy Samberg's pop star Never Stop, Never Stopping, if you've seen that movie. And it's about, essentially, this entire premise is the fact that famous people, when they're surrounded by an entourage of people that constantly support them, even no matter what they do, they become just terrible people because they're not told they're not told any they're not told otherwise. They're just, in fact, they're encouraged to act out and be terrible people. I have no escape plan for this. And you have every right to condemn them. But in the best way possible, which is not supporting their work financially. I think Disney still puts Johnny Depp in a lot of productions because unfortunately people still show up to see it. And they put a lot of faith in him as an operator that he can produce good results. I'm not sure that his good faith is going to last much longer. Recently I saw him in the Orient Express. I bought my mother the DVD for that movie, and he was barely in that movie. I think he was just in it to put his name on the box, and not to spoil the murder on the Orient Express. It was I liked the film. It was good. My mom didn't really like it. Poirot was a bit too action-packed for her taste, or Agatha Christie, I don't think, wrote Poirot like that. But he was barely in it. I don't know who produced that movie, but I think we're going to start seeing less and less of Johnny Depp and more of other actors. But unfortunately, the only way to pretty much make meaningful change, and I know it feels like it's not really working, and it doesn't feel like it doesn't feel like you're making an impact, but voting with your wallet works for these companies, like Disney, for example. Do not go and see his movies if you don't like him in movies. It's very simple. Writing about it on forums and things like that, that doesn't really help the grand scheme of things when you're dealing with a big corporation. But it can be difficult when, you know, someone is then that much of a limelight. But he is like almost the darling of the Disney studios, so it is difficult. There's a video, Xander, that I'm going to post later when I can find it. It's about Johnny Depp and separating the art from the artist. Good, Marcus. Thank you for bringing us back to E3. Okay, Nintendo's tomorrow and stuff got announced today. Real hype. Absolutely. I think that's awesome. That, I did see the Last of Us 2 trailer. That gameplay looked, like, I want to say terrible. It's not terrible. It looked awful to be that character in that situation. It was just, she's getting beat up and having to really brutally kill other human beings. It was rough, and I thought that looked fantastic.
I will prove myself.
Oh, was that trailer announced, Marcus? Because I very much enjoyed Dying Light 1.
Prepare your defenses. Select your hero.
That's a lot of healers. With that many healers, I can go Orisa. Man, I really hope my volume is okay on my headphones when Sarah joins this Discord chat, and she'll just pop in. I think, yeah, human nature is really brutal, Marcus. And that's what it's going to hinge on. I did like the moment where she was being attacked by that other woman with the with the axe, and she like grabbed it out of her hands and then stabbed her with it. Very brutal. I haven't seen anything like that in the game yet. And I do not know what that button combination is going to look like. We have so many healers. I really hope they don't have a repo. I don't think it should be gone, Xander. The human being, there are things about humans that will always be part of storytelling. Like, I think that one of the most powerful human emotions is jealousy and... Oh, I've lost my train of thought. And one of the most powerful human emotions are jealousy and... It's not a... and boredom, sorry, is what I think. But there are many stories, Xander, of people taking care of each other. I think it's just jealousy and selfishness is usually a conflict point. It's a negative emotion that we associate with conflict. So I don't think that'll ever get out of our media. It's a very nice way to, especially. Oh, thank you very much for protecting me, Brigitte. Wow. Yeah, I agree with you there, Xander, but I don't think that these stories should be taken out of our media. Wow, brutal. What was the last Halo you liked, Marcus? Because I actually liked Halo 4. I thought it was awesome. Didn't play Halo 5, so I don't have an opinion on it. But, that was weird. Uh-oh. Reach, actually. Reach was, I think, the best Halo game. I have fond memories of 2, actually. I do like... People didn't like the dual wielding. I liked dual wielding. I think dual wielding is awesome. I think the Master Chief should dual weld again. Alright, soldier, just stand there, why don't you? Where is Farah? Nice. If you like the feeling you got when you first played Halo, I got the same feeling of wonder and excitement playing the latest Titanfall 2 campaign story mode. Now, it wasn't the same, and it wasn't as good as Halo, but I got a little bit of the same feeling when I played Titanfall 2. That I got when I... So if you want that feeling again, I would recommend Respawn's Titanfall 2 just for the story mode. I think you can pick it up for like I think you can pick it up for like $13 sometimes on Steam or PSN. I've seen it as low as that, which is a crime because that game is a $60 game. Where is Farah? I bought that game for $30 I bought that game for $30 from Target, and I felt like I ripped Respawn off. That game is, yeah, you're right. They care about that game like that. I mean, it's not the. I don't think the story is original. I don't think the story is really that engaging. But for some reason, the combination between the story and the gameplay and the characters and the setting, it gave me the same feeling that I was playing Halo 1 again. Yeah, this was pretty good.
Mission accomplished.
Is double XP still on? No, it can't be. Getting messages. I mean, how do you really keep up with E3? Sorry, my train of thought has just gone completely out the window. Titanfall 2, yes. Why is Titanfall 2 good? I don't know, it seemed to have everything that Halo had. You land on a planet. You had to fight your way to your friends, who don't end up helping you anyway. Oh, Frost Software, okay. What's it called? I'm not familiar with it yet, but I can look up a quick YouTube video if you need me to. Is it called Sekiro? Is that what it's called, Xander? If I look up Sekiro, is that what I'm gonna get? And I realize I'm not searching for a game. I'm gonna go team. No, I'm gonna go Mace Yeti Hunter. Let's do that. I can play that and talk easier. Shadows die twice. Look at you two, right on the money. Just gonna copy that real quick with my freehand. Okay, I'm just gonna watch this without. I saw this actually. Okay, I tell a lie. I did see this. I did see this briefly. And yes, I like it a lot. It looked brutal. It looked raw. Yeah, nice. Catching Yetis apparently. Just gonna pop the Twitch chat back up. There we are. I didn't see the mechanical arm. I'm gonna watch that trailer between games again. Oh, we're really giving it to this Yeti. Oh wow, he is tanking this, I think. Uh-oh. I am totally not helping my team. Nice. You know what, Xander? I kind of agree with you there. I don't really feel like this year's E3 has really turned me on. I know a lot of my friends are very excited about the new Fallout game. Wow, I got very little XP for that. Switching servers to find a better match. Cool. What do I want out of a game? I kind of just want Destiny to be good again. That'd be fun. Oh, did you see the trailer for Tunic? Xander, if you like smaller titles, there's this little game called Tunic coming out for the Xbox. It's an Xbox exclusive, unfortunately, but it's like a little little fox character, and I think it's like a spiritual successor to a Zelda game. And it's a little fox character, and he runs around. Very cute. I like it. Uh-oh, there he is. Come on. Oh wow, he had... Uh-oh, not good. Sea of Solitude looked great, yep. And Devil May Cry is not quite small, is it, Xander? But I see what you mean.
If I were a Yeti, where would I be hiding? Uh-oh, is Yeti angry?
Oh, he got a kill. Shit. Oh god, what the...
I caught him! He's over here! Just one more!
Oh, almost.
Victory. Play of the game.
More Warframe. But Warframe is something that I play maybe once every 6 months, and then for some reason I play it, and then it's fun, and I shoot one person with a bow, I do one mission, it's really fun, and then I get back to that spaceship that you do all your mods in, get confused, and then I say, yeah, I'm done with this for the next 6 months. My weird Warframe relationship. And from what I've been told from people that like Warframe a lot more than me, is that's actually an acceptable response to the game. So I don't feel so bad.
Come on, everyone! Let's go catch that Yeti! Stay on your guard! We can't let him get another one!
Oh wow, he's got barely any damage on him, and
This will stop them.
uh-oh, probably shouldn't have engaged him there. I'm just gonna hang out in this corner. No worries, Xander.
Run for your life! Move up here!
People are already leaving this game. Okay.
Don't let him catch you! It's safe now.
Yeah, this Yeti is a lot better than the other Yetis I've faced today.
Knocking them off. Coming up.
Oh, he didn't quite get that one.
Just one more.
Uh-oh. Gotta guard this. Is this the only one on the map?
Hi. Hi. Thank you.
I haven't actually played a good RPG in a while. I'll let you know that, Marcus. The closest thing I think I played to it was probably Monster Hunter. Recently, anyway. But I just got back into Destiny 2 last night. And I found it very fun. So I might get back into that.
Don't let him catch you. He's trapped. Calm down.
Yeah, I think we both misunderstood exactly how those traps work. Oh my gosh. That was violent. Okay, enough of that. Let's try something else. Is KOTOR, is that turn-based, Marcus? Or is that an action-based one?
Arriving at Chateau Gear.
Alright, team deathmatch, let's do this. Oh wow, we are not winning.
And everyone has lost the lead.
Are there health packs in this game mode? I really hope so.
Hey there. Beacon in place. See you later.
Enemy needs 15 kills to win.
There are health packs, yes. Okay, cool.
Really much.
Yeah, someone first explained to me that kind of mechanic, Marcus, where you kind of use the pause menu to kind of set up your attacks. And I didn't understand it until I played Final Fantasy 15.
Extrañaste? Initiating. Be right back.
Yeah, now I'm over here. Oh shit, not good. Oof.
Enemy needs 10 kills to win.
Avanza en curva.
Get him, Hanzo. Nice. Wow. Uh-oh. Cool. Oh no.
Enemy needs 5 kills to win.
Oh no. Ah, Moira.
Enemy needs 4 kills to win.
Podría haber salido mejor. Initiating.
Well, we've caught up.
¿Qué onda?
Your team has taken the lead. 2
Oh,
kills.
can we win? This is when the enemy team starts playing very conservatively.
Mucho mejor.
Ah, no.
One kill remaining.
Oh. Damn. So close. I mean, I would say a lot of games have dialogue systems, Mutizendo. What I like about the Assassin's Creed games is that they seem to be coming out with this historical educational mode, which you can experience the game with, which I have not tried, but I would love to.
That's more like it.
Oh, did I just hear Sarah join?
Oh, hello.
Possibly.
Sorry.
Hey, there she is.
Hello.
Oh, good. I no longer have to hold the stream up just on my own. We got Marcus and Xander in the chat.
Oh, cool. Oh, those guys are great to talk to, though.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not
It's
great
not-
to talk to.
Oh, yeah, fair enough. No, that's bullshit. That's bullshit, and I know it. Hey, guys, how are you guys doing?
It was less about the education aspect, Xander, that was correct. I mean, I don't think that you can have an education aspect with Assassin's Creed in it, but I think it was a nice effort and a nice touch, which I liked. Are you in Overwatch, Sarah?
Yes, I am.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna quit out of this.
Well, in the Egyptian Assassin's Creed, they had like an education mode, didn't they, where you could
Yeah,
just
that-
basically
that's
walk
what we're talking
around
about.
and
Yeah.
yeah, look at information. I thought that was cool, but
Yeah.
like, it's obviously not the point of the game. I felt like that was just a bonus
Yeah.
of them trying to be respectful. I mean, I have no idea how good it was, but like, where
Yeah,
I saw
well,
that was, oh, this is cool. They're actually inviting you to learn about a culture that you probably have nothing to do with, especially
Mm.
for a largely American audience that, you know, we all know what the American education system's like when it
But
comes
in-
to countries other than their own.
in regards to historical accuracy, there's a
Oh, yeah.
saying that can we as people living now really historically accurately tell anything? Like we can't.
Nope.
We were never there. None of us were there.
Yeah, exactly.
All we're doing is looking at old photographs, and as historians, how accurate can we be? Is essentially one of the talking points of a lot of
Yeah, of course.
a lot of historians' work, and
Yeah.
to an extent
for
they're
sure.
correct. Like, can you really tell? Can you really be an authority on what happened back then? The answer is, I think, no. But
I agree. I mean, we can get pretty close, but like, I think if the game's not trying to tell a historically accurate story, like
Yeah.
dead serious, if it's taking history and it's being like, okay, well, this is a story inspired by that, but here's some information about the time. You know, here's some actual real facts that we do know. I think that's
Yeah.
kind of cool if that's what their education
Yeah,
element
so-
is them being like, hey, you don't know shit about Egypt, so
which
here's
is-
some information.
which is
How
why I
cool.
think, which is why I believe that history is a good way to maybe start exploring some of this stuff. Like you wouldn't do it about science, like in
Yeah.
current science, scientific trends. You know, it wouldn't really work for
Yeah.
that. But for history, it works because history is up for interpretation.
Absolutely.
And
But at the end of the day, like, I don't think a video game like Assassin's Creed can even try and claim to be at any point historically accurate.
I don't
It's set
think
in a historical period and it's inspired by, and that's all it ever will be. Like, because of what they've done with it, it's like, nah, you're not historically accurate, guys. You can't kind of put that claim.
yeah.
I feel like. Because when it comes to historical accuracy, like, the game has to be like dead ass, you know, 110%. Like, the second you include anything that's a bit excessive, like, oh, it's a great conspiracy, it's like, no, it's not historically accurate anymore, I feel like. I mean, you can try and, I mean, obviously you're never going to be on point, but you can get damn close, you know, and I've got a friend that's a history nut, he loves shit that's historically accurate, he loves games to try and capture that.
But no
like,
one's going to
particular about it.
Assassin's Creed for that. You know,
Yeah,
it's like
exactly,
so
like, you don't
it's
play
all about
Assassin's Creed
it's
for
all about the
historical accuracy.
tone in which it's all about the tone in which it was executed versus
Absolutely. It does help people learn more about the setting in history. Yeah, I agree, but like that's what I'm saying. Like, if it's done in that kind of a setup where it's like, hey, here's some fun facts about Egypt that you might not know.
It's
I think
almost
that's
like
fucking cool.
you know what I'd compare it to? The Magic School Bus.
Yeah.
You know what? It's exactly the
Yes.
same tone as that
Absolutely.
because the Magic School Bus is a show that's called the Magic School Bus,
Yep.
and they teach science in it.
Exactly.
And it is credited
They
with
teach
being like
science,
one of the
history,
best
whatever.
science shows for kids ever. And they
That was a
still
brilliant
make
show.
it.
I fucking love that show.
So I think that's the greatest comparison I can ever make.
Absolutely.
It essentially
absolutely.
Assassin's Creed. I don't actually know what the mode is called. I don't think it's called. I don't know if it's called even education mode. I don't know what it's called, but But whatever that is, it is the same tone and feel and spirit as the show The Magic School Bus.
Yeah, absolutely. I think
In
that's
fact,
sweet.
like it's a dude walking through a different time period that I don't belong in. It's The Magic School Bus.
Oh, if that's what
like-
it is, then yeah, it's the Magic
yeah.
School Bus.
Yeah. But
Nothing wrong with it though. It's good, and
Yeah.
I'm glad that they're trying to, you know, do that kind of stuff with their games more. Especially because, like, yeah, there is so much cliche. As Moody said, there's so much cliched information, or you know, things that are wrong and assumptions that are made about other cultures and history and stuff. And it's like,
and also I think
if
it's
you're
very
already,
good.
if you're already exploring a historic setting in your game, it's nice to kind of go, well, we've done the full mile. We've talked to as many people as we can to get the most accurate kind of idea of what things were like. So
But
here's some
the thing is
accurate
though, the
information
thing
unrelated.
is that they chose a very specific time period to do. They chose ancient Egypt. Now this is actually very key because no one alive, like ancient Egypt is very far removed from our current history. So you're not really going to offend any ancient Egyptians because the current Egyptian society now is not that same place. So you can't really offend anyone because those people as they were back then are not really a culture anymore.
Yeah, you're probably
'Cause
going to
it's-
offend historians, but
Well, I mean,
realistically, you should be consulting historians. So
I mean, well, that's the thing though. You can
Yeah.
consult historians, but they all have different views on what it was like back then.
oh yeah,
So you're never gonna get one particular. Hey, Froggy's here. Hey, Froggy. Yu-Gi-Oh is apparently also ancient Egypt. You're right. So that
it is
yeah.
absolutely.
So in the sense that but what I'm saying is ancient Egypt is very far removed from where we are now. Like very, very far removed. Like they talk
Yeah.
about ancient Egypt in the freaking Bible. Like already you've got a text that is very well known that may or may not be true. Jesus.
Well,
Doomfist,
I'm sure it
settle
has
down.
elements of
Yeah.
truth, but elements of you know
Yeah. But
potential
it's a work of constructed ideas.
yeah,
and s-
exactly, and,
so-
and ideologies
yeah.
and
So-
interpretations.
Yeah, so people are already used to the fact that
Mm.
this period of time has already been done to death. So if you want to put a marginally historic mode into your video game about assassins and Templars and conspiracies, it's not that far. It's not that you're not going to really ruffle any feathers because that period of time has already been disseminated into fiction so many times, and it's a very good choice for
I see.
for
Yeah.
this idea, if you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah, I think I get it.
Also, it's far removed. Like you're not gonna get like World War II is kind of getting there now. Like we're already getting like Captain America and shit like that. Like it's
Yeah.
getting to the point where we can now insert. In fact, they were doing it during World War II. America was doing it, but
Yeah.
you can do it now as an entertainment, as a big budget entertainment marketing, like as a big budget entertainment capitalist thing now,
Yeah.
because it's far removed. It's
Yeah,
just
and I
that's
mean,
just
video games have always, they're really entertainment value. I mean, maybe they can have educational value, and that's absolutely valid, but like, they're still, the primary goal of them is to get money for the most part, most of the time, and to provide a degree of entertainment value. And education can be. How many of us grew up watching fucking, I don't know, Walking with Dinosaurs over and over again?
that's another concept that is very similar to the Egypt thing.
Yeah,
I said similar, not the same, is dinosaurs.
absolutely.
So
It's similar,
yeah,
but
yeah,
yeah,
So
definitely. To be taken
where
into account.
dinosaurs are animals, Egyptians were a society, but they are up for interpretation because let's face
Absolutely.
it, everything in Jurassic Park
Every
is wrong.
Literally
Yeah,
every
like-
year, dude, every year that goes by, I follow a lot of paleo artists or artists that love paleo art. Every fucking year that goes by, we get a different view of what a dinosaur looks like, and I've been following
Yeah.
the development of the game. And every goddamn year, the primary artist does a different illustration. And they change the design of the T-Rex
Yeah.
because they keep getting new information. Every fucking year they change it. It's amazing.
Yeah.
But they want to be the most up-to-date as they possibly can as far as the newest research and theories and stuff, and it's fucking fascinating. It's made me want to get into paleo art actually, which is really funny. As a kid, I was like, oh, I want to do that, and now I'm like, no, paleo art's fucking shit, man. But it's very interesting how things change. But it's exactly right. Like it's constantly being shifted and changed. And
Oh yeah.
you know, Jurassic Park was kind of, I don't know. I mean, they were on point to some degree at the time, but like. Obviously now,
Well,
they
apparently
say
the-
they have a reasoning as to why the dinosaurs look the way that they do now in the recent movies, but it's bullshit even within that realm, which is interesting.
Well, no, but Jurassic Park is fiction. Like,
Of course,
it-
of
so-
course, and
so-
I have nothing wrong with that.
yeah,
I've,
but
like,
the
I watch Jurassic
dinosaurs
Park as
shouldn't
entertainment.
change within that fictional universe.
Absolutely.
So like that T-Rex should not change because that's the Jurassic Park T-Rex.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly,
yeah.
exactly.
It's not. It's
And
not. It's not a T-Rex anymore. It's the character. Like.
Yeah, it's a fictional design and idea. Like
It is no more real than the xenomorph is real.
exactly,
like, it- yeah.
exactly. It's and media shifts and changes, and if you don't like it, well then maybe the media just isn't for you anymore, or you can just go back to what you used to enjoy. Like, it's funny, I don't enjoy the new Jurassic Parks, not because of the dinosaurs. I don't enjoy them for everything else. Like,
What you
if
don't
I
like
could
Chris?
just have like a
you don't like
montage
Chris
of
Pratt?
dinosaurs, I'd be happy. Oh, I like Chris Pratt.
I love Chris Pratt.
I love Chris Pratt. Look, let me.
You don't like the kid from Iron Man?
I don't
Was
like
it
anything. Mitch,
was
we
it was
established
it you who pointed out that was the kid from Iron Man, or was it someone else?
this. No,
Oh,
no,
okay.
I think I did that.
Oh, was it
That
you?
feels too specific. I mean,
It's the kid.
sometimes
It's the we're connected kid.
No, I don't think it's that. I don't
Yeah.
because I watched Iron Man 3. That was from Iron Man 3, wasn't it?
Yes, it's that little
I watched
kid.
it
Yeah.
once, so I don't think I would have noticed something like that.
Yeah.
So I don't think that was me.
He's a
but I
lot
could
better
very
in
well
Iron Man
have.
3 than in Jurassic Park.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of the actors really weren't that great. Anyway,
Except
look,
except
it's,
except
it's a fun
except
film. It's a
except
fun
Chris
film.
Pratt. Chris Pratt's
Except
brilliant in everything
Chris
he
Pratt.
does.
Chris Pratt was like the only good bit.
I have a bit of
Chris
a man.
Pratt.
I have a bit of a man crush on Chris Pratt.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with having a bit of a man crush on Chris Pratt.
I mean, look at him.
Yeah, he's great. He's also seems like a really genuinely nice guy as well. So I'm just like, Chris, thank you. Thank you
Thanks,
for
Chris.
everything that you've done. Thanks,
Ow.
thank you, Chris.
Thanks, Chris. Marcus, I am telling you that xenomorphs aren't real, and I need to believe that. So
He does. Trust me, he
I
does.
need to believe that they're not
He
real.
really needs to believe that.
I'm
Don't
Doomfist.
worry.
I will ultimate just on you, mate. Uh oh.
If we're listening to the Prometheus like line of canon, then don't worry. You've still got a couple of hundred years before anything related to xenomorphs comes about. So.
No, but they exist in our like apparently. No, I'm kidding. Not even gonna go into
This
the
isn't
fucking alien mythology with
this
you,
isn't
Sarah.
fucking Ghostbusters, Mitch. You don't like think about what's like, you know, like what do you want it to kill you? Oh, well, I'm thinking about a xenomorph, and suddenly it comes alive.
Wait,
God.
what? That's a Ghostbusters thing?
Yeah, Ghostbusters 1. Like the monster thing is
Oh,
just like
yeah.
the spirit is like, oh, choose what you want to give your death, and like they're all just like, don't think of anything, just clear your minds. And then one of them was just like, I thought of like the marshmallow mascot. I figured he'd be the nicest thing that could ever kill you. And then the giant
Yeah,
you
okay.
remember now?
Yeah, okay. I do remember that as the premise of it. Which would you rather exist? I believe a predator can be reasoned with. A xenomorph can't. Don't get me wrong, it's not easy to reason with a predator.
Yeah, I mean,
but I believe to an extent a predator can be reasoned with.
you could also end up in a fist fight with a predator, and then you could probably reason with them. So I feel like
because all
it's
you need to
also
do
not
for a
the 80s,
predator not to
it's-
kill you
yeah.
is just be me and very unthreatening and not worth it. So I don't think a predator would kill
That's
me.
true. Yeah, no, they would. I haven't seen all of Predators 2, but I know that like they don't kill a lot of people in that film because it's the middle of a fucking city and they just ignore anyone that's not a good target. So
Because let's face it, most human beings are not good predator targets.
yeah,
all
not
the
every
good pre-
human
yeah.
being has fucking gains like fucking
Like
Arnie,
Arnie,
and Dylan
like
in the
Arnie.
first film. You a son of a bitch, and then they just flex, and the camera just focuses on just how fucking big their gains are.
Dude, those guys are incredible.
Froggy, you don't realize that Ghostbusters existed for the female remake, which I still declare would have been a
Wait,
lot
Froggy,
better
do you
if
not know
they-
that? Wait,
Dude,
Froggy.
he's young. Of course, he probably doesn't
Oh,
know that.
okay.
Ghostbusters 1 is so old. Like, we probably wouldn't have seen it unless
like
our
we're
parents
too
were like,
young
"Hey,
for Ghostbusters, the
Yeah,
original
but like that's
Ghostbusters.
the
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, we're too
Yeah.
young for it, but like our parents were very much aware of it, and it was
Yeah.
a classic for
I-
them.
I
and they were
didn't-
just
I
like,
didn't
hey, you
see-
have to watch Ghostbusters.
I didn't see the new remake. That was Melissa McCartney. Wait, no, was it
Yeah,
Melissa McCartney?
I mean, some people that watched it, I heard they said it was good, but I kind of looked at it with this kind of uncomfortable thing of I feel like this is just a painful cash grab and a kind of like a political point when it didn't need to be. Like,
I
for
feel
me, if you want to make it like I was just thinking this would have been really cool if like it had one of the original cast passing on the ghost busting company to these
well.
chicks, and he was like, "Hey,
I
you guys are gonna do
actually
good work," you know?
I actually think that that is one thing they avoided because they wanted it to be its own thing.
Yeah, but like
Um,
in that sense, I think I found it kind of uncomfortable that it wanted to be its own thing. I think it would have been cool if they had made it more of like
Okay.
a passing on. Then I don't know. It kind of
I feel like
I
one
don't
of their
know.
concerns was that if they didn't make it its own thing, people would be like, "Oh, what? You don't think the women can hold it on their own?" You know, like I
Well, that's the thing. Like all they
Yeah.
would have had to had is had a 5-minute scene with one of the original cast, and he can be gone forever. Like
yeah.
a 5-minute cameo of them explaining how they've gotten into the business, and the women are just
Alright.
are there to do it by themselves from there.
But
on out.
was it
Maybe
like
they have to clean up the office and you know and sort their shit out, and then they kind of change the structure to suit
because what
themselves,
I
and it's
from
like,
what
hey,
I
there they go.
saw from the trailer, I didn't see this movie, so I don't know.
Yeah, I
It
haven't seen it
looked
either.
fine to me. Like it didn't look great.
Yeah.
It just looked fine.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of looked fine to me too. There were some things that I didn't really enjoy about it. Like, I mean, I can understand why they made Chris Hemsworth basically a ditz, but I didn't like that. I don't know, it didn't appeal to me like it does to everyone else. Like, I don't know, as a woman, I feel like I don't know,
Okay.
maybe a bit uncomfortable, gonna be honest. But I don't know. Squint has extremely strong negative opinions about it.
Oh,
I don't
really?
think he's seen
Okay.
it, but like,
Well,
like
Um,
around the time that it was created and what
Well,
he's seen as
a
far
movie-
as like hyper-feminist counterculture, he thought it was very, very wrong as far as like, you know, not really the best step forward.
okay.
anyway,
Well,
it's a discussion for
this
very deep discussion
this.
to be held
So,
there.
what do you think of the new Ocean's 8 movie? Because my mum
Well, isn't
cannot
that a
wait
sequel?
to see that. That is a sequel. You're right.
Yeah, but
and
that's the
it-
thing. Like that,
yeah,
everyone
yeah.
bitched about it. They were just like, "Oh, it's the new fucking Ghostbusters," and it was just like,
No,
it's a
but it's
sequel,
not. Yeah,
yeah,
it's
not,
Danny
it's a
Ocean's
sequel.
sister, and that's
Exactly, like,
fucking
that's what's cool about it.
hilarious. Yeah.
That's what I kind of wanted for Ghostbusters, because that's what's
Yeah.
cool about it is like, hey, it's the same people, like, or from the same people. It's not like they're not remaking it; they're just using different characters. Like,
Right.
get over yourselves. And I feel like maybe Ghostbusters would have been better accepted if that was the case too. But I haven't seen it, so I don't actually know if it's as good as it could be.
Right. Okay.
But you know, I mean, I don't know. It's tricky. Like,
Because like I would love to see the women in a Rat Pack situation. That's hilarious. Like that's usually dudes club territory, and it's funny.
Exactly,
And like
exactly. I
that
think
you could
that's why
do
they
you
made
could
it,
do
for
a lot
sure.
with that. And I like Sandra
Yeah.
Bullock. I think she's awesome. And I like the fact that there's like she's his sister. That's funny. Like it.
yeah, that's good.
Like when
It's
you
really
look at
good.
like me and my sister, for example, we're kind of very similar people.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I would like
Same
to
with me and
see,
my brother.
yeah, I would like to see that reflected elsewhere.
Absolutely, and it would be nice to see that in media and to maybe see people not just dismiss it just because it doesn't have the original main character in it. It's like, and especially if it's a sister thing, it's kind of like, well, you know, you kind of already know this person. They're not going to be that different, and that's kind of fun and what's cool about it. But I mean, I've seen a lot of the Oceans films a long time
And-
ago. I'd be interested to see this one just because they're going with a fresh direction. But it
Appa-
still
apparently-
feels like it's going to be authentic, you know, because it's like, well, it's his sister, so it's like, oh, you know, that's cool.
Apparently,
They haven't just remade the universe. To
apparently
feminist.
this version of the Ocean's movie, it apparently shares a lot in common with Sinatra's Ocean's 11 than Clooney's Ocean's 11.
Okay.
So apparently it feels more like Sinatra's than Clooney's. So
Alright,
that's
I mean,
pretty cool.
Yeah. Again, it's been too long since I've watched the films to kind of make a grand statement about my thoughts about it, but that's pretty cool.
Well, Froggy, it's interesting that you think that the new movie feels like a parody because Ghostbusters was
the first
kind
one
of
was
a
a fucking
parody.
joke.
The
Like, I don't
first
think
the
you
first one
understand-
was not
yeah.
serious. It was not a serious
Yeah.
movie. It was a very slapstick, very
Yeah, like, I don't think...
yeah.
Yeah.
So I think
you have to watch it. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, granted, Moody, I'd
Yeah.
suggest you check it out too. Remember, it
Yeah.
is from the 80s.
yeah, it is
or
from the
70s,
80s. There was,
And
but
it
like
may have some problematic content in it, but you have to watch
Yeah.
it and go, it was from a completely different
Yeah.
time when this was seen as acceptable. I watched Crocodile Dundee the other day, and it was very,
Crocodile
very
Dundee. Ah,
it
it's
was
funny.
it was extremely painful. I was watching it with some Americans, and I had to keep saying, "This is not an accurate representation of this. This is not an accurate representation of this," even though it was very obvious. But
I
like,
mean-
the second an Aboriginal character came on screen, I was like, "Oh no, oh no, oh no!" It was terrible. But yeah, it's
Yeah,
like you have
so-
to remember it's from a different time, and I don't think it should be criticized for that.
Yeah.
You should enjoy what's good about it, but you should
Yeah.
keep in
Oh,
mind
so
that we
so
have
Sarah
changed.
Froggy says he has watched the movie. Okay, so
Oh.
I think the reason, so I think the fact that it feels like a parody is the reason why the original Ghostbusters worked actually quite well, because it felt like a
Yeah.
parody, but it wasn't one.
Yeah, like
So,
it was fresh.
like-
it was new. It was such a bizarre take on the genre. Given that, like, you know, at the time Scooby Doo was a thing as well in the 80s, and the whole kind of ghost busting, finding the creep, finding the monster and stuff. And Ghostbusters just seemed like, I mean, just the kind of concept of it, and then it was just, as you said, it was just so slapstick. It was just so kind of
like
bizarre and
people are
crazy.
getting slime thrown on them, and it's
Mhm.
like ew. And they have a car that is a hearse, and it's a 1960s like wagon Bel Air. Like it's crazy.
The
That
goddamn- the
yeah.
theme song.
Yeah.
like, it's just everything about it was meant to just be absolutely ridiculous, but they made it work. And then that's kind of probably why, because when it's no longer original, everything else that comes after it is either going to build on it or it's not going to be as good.
Yeah,
like,
so I actually
it's very
think that
rare
the fact
we have a sequel or we have a reboot that is on par with the original, so that's probably why the second one feels like a parody.
yeah,
You
even
kind of weren't sure why when you watched it if you didn't remember the first film.
there's a whole 5-minute sequence where one of the characters just talks about a guy having no dick. Like it's like, I mean, that's comedy. I mean, it's a very
I mean,
it was slapstick. It was just that
A giant
yeah.
marshmallow man starts tormenting
yeah.
the city like he's fucking Godzilla. Like
Yeah.
that's Ghostbusters. You know, Sigourney
Hmm.
Weaver's there.
Sigourney Weaver's there. That's like that's post Alien at that point, right? Is that post or pre
I
Alien?
want to look. I would like to look.
Find that
up,
out for me, because
I think
because
I will.
her being there as like, if it's post Alien, her being there as damsel
it's
in distress,
post-Alien.
yeah,
Post-Alien.
her being there as a damsel in distress, that's fucking funny. Like that's a meta
so
joke.
Froggy, this
Yeah.
is important. This is important.
Yeah.
So Alien was a film that was released in 1979, and I fucking love it. And it
Yeah.
stars a lovely lady called Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't say stars because it's basically about an alien terrorizing.
Oh, she's the star. She's the star.
Yeah, but like at the
Yeah.
time, it wasn't kind of, the script was written so that any character could be played by anyone. They didn't really gender specify characters,
Yeah.
and I think the
But-
original idea.
But she
that
comes out of
was
it a
set up-
star. You know,
She
like
comes out
yeah,
of it a star, absolutely. But
Yeah.
like the initial kind of point was she was the one that survived.
Right.
any of them could have been that character. It just happened to be her. And
Okay,
they really
okay,
did
okay.
not put a huge amount into the characters' backstories in the film, so it didn't matter. You kind of became attached to them all because they all seemed interesting. They were funny. They bantered and they reacted like real people in a stressful situation. So in the end, she was the sole survivor. She kicked the alien off the ship, and everyone else died. You know, it's Alien. It's fucking, I don't know, 30, 25 years old, 26 years old.
Oh,
They
you've
had an anniversary
never.
recently. Anyway,
So Froggy has wanted to see Alien for so long, but never able to find it.
DVDs, man,
D-
you'll find it in a DVD store.
I find that
guarantee.
extremely difficult to believe.
Yeah, dude, it's either on Netflix or you can find it at your local DVD store. I
Yeah.
guarantee you, if you go to a large DVD
Yeah,
retailer,
I
you
actually
will
did.
find
I
it.
actually did watch it recently, and by recently I
Dude,
mean like
Froggy,
3 years ago.
Froggy,
Yeah.
you will find a box set of every single Alien film in DVD stores near you because fucking Covenant just came out. So I guarantee
Froggy,
you, they're bundling that
Froggy,
shit. You'll
if you
find
play your cards right, you can get Sarah to pay for it for you.
it. Maybe. Maybe. But look, yeah. So basically, Alien was released in 1979, and Sigourney Weaver was not a well-known actor in Hollywood. In fact, I don't think any of the actors in Alien were particularly well known. They were all kind of a bit small, bit quiet. I think that's why they were chosen, because it detracted from the point of the film. The film was very secretive. So when the film came out, obviously it was a huge hit. It was amazing. It really changed horror and sci-fi, at the time and stuff. And then obviously a few years later, 1984, Ghostbusters comes out, and then Sigourney Weaver is reduced to this damsel in distress kind of character, which
But
almost
that,
feels like a
to
parody
me, that's
of what she
funny.
was in Alien. And
Like
it's just
that,
like, wow.
and I feel like she knew it too. Like it, because Sigourney Weaver's got
absolutely.
like a really like out there sense of humor. Like if you ever hear her
Absolutely.
talk, like she doesn't take any interview seriously that she does. Like
That's great.
and
I
like she
love
does,
her.
and also she doesn't do them. By the way, have you seen any Sigourney Weaver interviews? They're
don't think so,
barely.
no.
There
I've
were a
seen, like,
couple
yeah.
when Avatar came out, and that's about
yeah.
it. Like,
Yeah.
and then like
She-
the
she-
most
I like
recent
her just
and,
the same
and
way I like Winona Ryder as another woman
Yeah.
in Hollywood from that era. Like they're both just incredible people and just really interesting actors.
ow. Funny
Alright,
you should
Froggy,
bring up
have
MIB.
a look-
MIB
have a look
is
on, like-
fantastic as well.
Yeah, MIB is also
Yeah.
a brilliant.
I like
Things the
MIB
same.
very much. The reason why I like MIB is this was brought up on Reddit a couple of years ago. The Agent J, they pointed out in the subreddit that, oh my god, Hanzo, Jesus. They pointed out that Agent J is one of the only movie characters that doesn't. So if we Xander, we were talking about revenge and jealousy and as a plot motivator that you don't really like. If you've seen Men in Black, you might realize that Agent J doesn't join Men in Black for any other reason apart from it's the right thing to do. And he's curious, and his curiosity. And not
I mean,
many
the
many
scene when they
movies have
recruit
that.
him.
Yeah, not
Yeah,
many movies
like-
have a character motivated only by the fact that it's the right thing to do and curiosity alone. There's no girl, there's no
yeah,
revenge,
yeah.
there's no nothing. Yeah.
That's true. Actually, in original Men in
Yeah.
Black, yeah, and I think maybe
Yeah.
that's why I loved it so much as a kid
Yeah.
because it was. I mean, and I'm basing some of my humor inadvertently off that in the stories that I write nowadays. I've noticed, but like
Yeah.
in the scene when it's at the shooting range and they've got all these Joe blogs and
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
serious and so important and what's his face is kind of just he's also doing the shooting test and he fires one bullet.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then
and he
I forgot
kills the
the character's
girl,
names.
right?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
shoots the girl, and the guy's like, "Now, why did you shoot that poor little girl?" And he has all these like logical reasons.
Yeah,
like, well,
yeah.
that guy's
It's
just,
like-
he's
it's
just
like-
doing gains. Like, he's just doing chin ups at the gym. That
Yeah.
guy's got a tissue, so he's probably just has a cold. But
Yeah.
what is she like? 8 years old? She's reading like she's reading physics books and like
Yeah,
you know,
it's like she's about to
you know,
start.
extreme
yeah.
mathematics. Like, no, there's something wrong with that girl. And then
But like the
that's-
way Will Smith says that, it's like
Yeah.
she's about to start some shit.
Yeah.
It's like, it's, I'm just like, that's so funny.
Oh,
As like, and then
that-
you think,
that's-
oh, she is
that's
about to
beautiful.
start some shit.
Exactly, and then you realize too, as a viewer, that
Yeah.
he's absolutely right, and it's because
Yeah.
he thinks out of the box like that. He's not. He doesn't go on assumptions of alien equals bad. He's willing to
Yeah.
give people a chance, and he thinks more, and he's observative. It's like it's so good, and he's perfect. He's actually perfect, and he does he's so often in throughout the film kind of gives people a chance or thinks about things or solves problems in unconventional ways, and that's what makes it so good and makes him so interesting and nice as a character. And yeah, there's such a genuine kind of feeling about him that I think is very relatable for us as viewers, which is beautiful. And I need to rewatch Men in Black. Man, it was so good when like the recent sequel came out, like I don't know, 5 years ago or whatever. It's so recent, but you know what I mean.
I actually kind of like that.
I liked it. It was nice. It wasn't as good, but it was nice.
It
and
was,
was
but it was
fun,
never
and it
gonna
was
be as good.
nostalgic.
Like
Exactly,
it
but it was it was nostalgic, and that's what was great. You know, when you watch this shit as a kid, and then you know a few years later, it's like fucking Toy Story is released again, and you grew up with Toy Story because it was released like the year you were born, and you were just like, oh my god, Toy Story. You know, oh, I want to watch Toy Story 3. That's great. You know, it's that kind of thing. It's like, man, and Toy Story 3 was actually like on par with the original.
I think Toy Story 3. I think Toy Story 3 was better than the original.
I think it was.
Very
I feel
much.
like you need the original to fully appreciate Toy Story 3 as well. But like, I think there's just that was a fucking amazing film. But alas, like the point stands. It's just kind of like, you know, there's so much nostalgia around these things that you watched as a kid. And then when you watch them again, it's just like, oh. And then when you watch a sequel, it's like, I don't even care if it's bad. It's just so good.
Oof.
But man, there was just some good stuff that came out of that era, though. Like the I guess maybe Froggies and younger generations have just missed a bit potentially. Well, obviously Froggy hasn't, but like, you know, I think like some people have just kind of missed that kind of genre. And there's a lot of good shit. Man, I don't know where I would be if my parents hadn't got me to watch like Ghostbusters and all those other kind of classic sci-fis when I was a kid. Like, we'd be fucking watching like, you know, William Shatner's Star Trek on episodes on TV with my dad and stuff like that, and it was like, oh man, this is great, you know. Oh.
Man,
Froggy,
one day we'll win one of
we have all
these.
watched something too young that has directly resulted in us having extremely questionable interests as adults.
What would be mine?
I'm trying. I know that there's one
think
for me.
I
Like, I found out. I
want-
realized the other day. I was like, oh, that's what fucked me up, but I can't remember what it is. But I had that exact thought the other day. I was like, huh, okay.
What
makes sense.
was mine? Alright, Sombra. Oh, I think it's the same team.
Your team has taken the lead.
Let's have a look. What did I watch too young? I don't know. I was a pretty good kid.
Yeah, I was too, which is the thing.
I
know
played
there was some
GTA
things that
San Andreas too young.
Yeah, okay,
yeah,
that's yours. That's
yeah,
yours.
that's definitely mine. I was
thing
too
with me-
young for that game. I was playing that game when I was like 10. Used to go over to Chris's
Oh.
house and play that game for hours. Yeah, too young for that. Too young for GTA San Andreas. I was 10. No, that was too young. Fuck that. Yeah.
Oh
I
my
mean,
God.
I'm alright.
I was a
It didn't
super
fuck
good
me up
kid.
though. I mean,
Yeah, but like, I mean, as far as fucking you up, I mean, I think what I mean by that is like it seriously affected your interest as an adult, and you can kind of see, okay, that was definitely an early influencer on what media you then went on to consume. I guess if that makes sense. Like, maybe it didn't turn you into a monster, but at least you can kind of be like, okay, well, yeah, that got me hooked young, and then I kind of continued that media when I was at an appropriate age.
right.
I'm trying to think of like some
here
shit that I
we
watched as a
go.
kid that really severely influenced what I went on to consume as an adult. Because I know that there's some shit. I mean, I know that there's definitely some shit.
We have this conversation every time. We can never think of anything.
Yeah, but I mean, the '90s Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is one that I can think of.
Oh, the
Had some
one,
really weird
the
shit in it.
that was the one with. It was a little grittier, right? It was.
Exactly, and that's
Yeah.
why it was so good. I want to try and find it and rewatch it again.
Oh man, that's very difficult to find.
Yeah, I know it's so specific, but I grew up on that shit. I loved it. Like that was my jam for a long time as a kid.
God, this enemy team is very strong. I really wish our Reaper was better.
Enemy needs 15 kills to win.
Hey, Munich. Hello,
Hey, money.
Munich. I don't
Munich,
know how to say
Munich. I don't
Mu-
actually
Munich,
know. I was
Munich.
pronouncing it wrong for a
Every
really long time. and
every
you didn't tell
time
me,
I
so don't
see
trust-
every time I see Munich or Munich, I think of there's a historical event called the Munich Push, and this is not a reflection of you, Munich. It's just the word reminds me of my history classes. It was one of the significant events that helped Hitler rise to power in Munich. He did a political statement in Munich when he was the leader of the before it was even a Nazi party. I think he called it something else. It was like the People's something. But
I'm pronouncing it wrong, man. I gotta pronounce it Munich.
yeah.
Can't believe you didn't tell me. Probably just
But-
assumed it was the accent.
No, it might be Munich. I don't know. What did he say?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I was pronouncing it wrong for the longest time. Didn't tell
Oh,
me.
okay.
So I don't trust him anymore.
Reaper, fight her off, mate. Fight her off. Oh man. Ben 10 fucked you up? How did Ben 10 fuck you up?
Ben 10 has some.
What
weird
happened in
shit
Ben
in it,
10? Ben 10's pretty normal, right?
Depends which version of Ben 10 you're watching, to be honest.
I'm talking about the original version with Tara
yeah,
Strong
original
and
Ben 10, yeah.
with Tara Strong and
Yeah.
oh Brigitte, please leave me alone.
Probably the one that was more serious, Froggy, because I know there's like the 80s.
I'm sorry, no,
TMNT,
Munich.
and then
It's,
there's like the
yeah.
90s edgy one, and then there's like anything else that they made, which I don't care about
Yeah.
'cause it's bad, probably.
it's just something that it just these two words connect in my mind. It's not your username's fine. It's not.
It's actually got a pretty cool origin from
it's
what he's
not
told me. It's like the
yeah.
name of a superhero that he's made up.
Oh, okay.
The Munich Marvel, which I
Yeah.
think is kind of fun.
But if you look
And
up
it sounds really good too.
if you look up the historical event, the Munich Push, it is very significant in the history of Germany. Ow! Okay, we should definitely leave this queue. These guys are too good. I want to fight
Yeah.
people that I can beat. Because I'm a coward.
Oh my god.
Go
Oh,
away,
I just
Brigitte!
remembered,
Oh
I
my
just remembered.
god!
We've been planning on playing Monster Hunter at some point.
Oh,
We should have a
yeah.
Monster Hunter Day.
Maybe next time we should have. Maybe next time we should just play
Yeah.
Monster Hunter instead.
Why not?
'Cause
Yeah.
we do Overwatch a
Monster
lot.
Hunter Tuesday.
Yeah.
We do Overwatch a lot.
And I'm working on putting together a Sonic Adventure 2 battle, fucking let's play
Oh.
with Pidgeotto.
Oh, you guys didn't even invite me.
I mean,
I'm
are you
sorry.
coming back for the Pixel Party, right?
Yeah, yeah. Be.
You let me know when you're back. We'll work something out. Because I feel like you need to at least be there from the start of this.
I need to be there for one. I just want to be a guest on one because
Yeah.
I fucking love Sonic Adventure 2.
Yeah.
Like that is my life, my
Yeah.
heart for
We'll,
Sonic
we'll
Adventure.
get
I'm gonna
we'll
be
get
back.
Pidgeotto in and be like, all right, Mitch, we're ready to play Sonic Adventure 2 Battle or whatever the fuck
And
that
then I'll
game's
just
called.
be me.
And like, okay, yeah, turns out you're engineering today, Jason. Just sit there,
my
push
God.
the buttons. I'm playing with Sarah today.
Oh my god. But no, I'll be back for like I'm probably gonna say maybe around 5 days, bit under a week. I think
Okay.
probably no more than a week. I'll be coming back for the party as well, so like that should work.
Froggy, if you can make your way all the way down to Western Australia, I'd love to have you on. But not aside from not wanting to be spoiled, the nearest comparisons made between Dauntless and
Monster Hunter.
oh,
Sour's the game for me. Oh, I
Sa-
mean, from what I've seen of Dauntless, it seems like a nice
I would
you know,
like to play
clone of
Dauntless.
Monster Hunter. I still want to like as much as I go Monster Hunter's the best fucking shit I've ever is cocaine. I still want to
Is
play
it?
Dauntless. No, I mean not,
Uh,
it's not for
co-
everyone. And each game's
Every
different.
time I play Monster Hunter, it feels like someone's taken my PS4 and battered me over the head with it.
Well, that's because you don't know how to play Monster Hunter. Like
No, that is
necessarily.
absolutely correct.
Yeah, but like no,
Yeah.
Dauntless still looks really fun, and I still really want to play Dauntless as well. It's an alternative, and you can prefer either over the other, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like I think it's good that Dauntless existed. Like I was going to get Dauntless, and then Monster Hunter World was announced, and I was like, uh oh. rip Dauntless. But like, you know, even still, like, you know, if Dauntless is your thing, then I'll come play it with you. Like, I like the visual style of it. It looks really, really different than Monster Hunter. It looks very visually, you know, unique, and I enjoy that. Like,
Back to Sonic Adventure 2 Battle for just a moment.
yes,
I'm very excited for the Sonic Adventure 2 Battle Let's Play because you and Pidgeotto are two people that I know Sonic has been a really big part of their lives.
oh yeah,
And
Oh,
like,
yeah.
and no one has been more angry at, like, me and Pidgeotto used to read the fucking comic books. Like, we used to love them. And then we didn't. Because they started to suck.
yeah.
And I've actually been
Then
reading them.
Evan Stanley got hired, and then they became better again.
Yeah, and then what, that guy, who got fired? And then, like, they got, like, a lawsuit on them. And then,
Oh, was it that one guy
fuck,
that
what's
had
his
the really
name?
shit art
I,
that was really uncomfortable and was like inserting all his weird shit into the comics? I heard about this.
what,
when they
fuck, what?
fired
I
him
know
and
the
they-
characters, I remember the characters, I'm not gonna tell you what they are,
Yeah,
because...
like he had all this
yeah.
like all these kind of personal characters or some shit, and he tried to sue because it was like, buddy, you're working for a company that had this IP. What do you think was gonna happen?
But then he pretty much broke the comic in half, though.
yeah,
Like,
he did.
like-
And they had a reboot, I think. I don't
yeah, the
remember.
reboot was not great.
Yeah, I've
it
been
w-
meaning to try and get into
Yeah.
the most recent.
But
comics
I
sort of-
hear the IDW version is very good, from what I've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, they do a lot with characters that you think
Ken
have been...
Penders.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was Ken Penders.
It was Ken Penders, you're right. Look him up if you're interested, but
Yeah.
he's the reason why they probably
Yeah.
don't make the Archie comics anymore.
Yeah, probably.
Ken Penders. Munich, I knew Munich would know.
Oh, he.
I was about to call him out, but yeah.
Oh,
I was like, Munich, you must know, right? Ken Penders is the character. I think he's a concept artist. I don't know
Yeah.
whether he writes. Don't quote me on that.
yeah. Just quickly to respond to Moody. Do not give a shit what anyone else says. If you enjoy a thing, it does not matter if everyone else is telling you it's
Oh,
a
yeah.
ripoff, it's bad, it's dumb, don't play it. Who the fuck cares? If you enjoy it, that's what matters. Fucking ignore them. If someone shit talks
Uh-oh.
you for enjoying a game, why should you listen to
Yeah.
them? So just enjoy Dauntless, play Dauntless, have fun in Dauntless. Your experience is the only thing that matters. I just want to make that very clear, and I'll come play with you at some. But yeah, fucking Ken Penders ruined everything.
I'm going to
Yes.
do a quick wiki after this on Ken Penders, see what he's
Yeah,
doing
I
now.
really-
I want to know
Yeah,
because
I
he
wanna know too.
created. Actually, to be honest, I liked his characters. I actually did like them.
There's nothing wrong with that.
He has wow, nice, Sarah. I kind of did like his characters. Oh, damn. Probably didn't need to use that ulti. I did like his characters. They're not my favorite characters, but I didn't think they were so bad that they needed to be.
I think the problem was that he, you know, he sued, and they were just like,
Yeah, he
"That's it,
sued, yeah, yeah.
We gotta drop
Yeah.
this shit. Like it's just not worth it at that point. There's so much money on the line. You're better off just dropping it and moving on and rebooting.
But this kind of thing happens all the time, like in comics.
Oh yeah.
Like it
Oh, yeah.
happened with McFarlane and Spawn, like the guy that did Spawn. Like
Oh, Manik will know about that.
Manik will know, right? Surely
He
you
will
will
know.
know. He's been
He's
trying
like the
to
Gianni
turn.
of comics. He knows everything.
Yeah, okay, he's been trying to turn his Archie creations into. Sorry, I'm looking and also avoiding gunfire at the moment. Eat this, McCree. Oh wow, mercy. One more, huh? Where's Reaper? He's got to be it, right? The last kill.
Oh, no, I think we killed him.
Sombra just died. Okay. Okay. He's been trying to turn his Archie creations into his own thing for a while. Okay. In the early stuff he put out, the art sucks. Okay, what is he? Is he an artist or is he a what is he? Is he a writer? Ken Penders. Oh wow, it autocorrected. Okay.
Can we both?
You can be both, but usually in Western comics, you're one or the other. You know?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Usually it's very structured, but
Okay, Korea.
it's rare you
Penders
get
is
someone
known.
that's a jack of all trades in comics. People like specialists.
Penders is known for his work on the comic series Sonic the Hedgehog, which was part. This is from Wikipedia, by the way. Yeah, just letting you know. This is Wikipedia. He's primarily worked on former side series Knuckles the Echidna before it was cancelled due to poor sales in 1999. Okay, that's not really... He also worked on... Is he an illustrator? What is he? He's a comic book creator and writer. Freelance writer. Okay, so he's a writer and artist. Writer keeps... So writer is listed first in his credits, and it's also penciler, inker, and colorist. So that's pretty much everything. He can do everything. EA and Sega versus Penders. How do you sue EA and Sega at the same time? I mean, okay, I can understand. I could probably take on Sega with the resources that I have right now. But EA as well? In 2011, well, this happened ages ago, for alleged copyright infringement on the Sonic Chronicles Dark Brotherhood, which was developed by EA's subsidiary BioWare. Sonic Chronicles the Dark Brotherhood. It was a DS game. He sued them over it. Oh, right. It's in the chat. Why am I looking it up? Munich knows. Alright. Yeah, it was dismissed without precedence, apparently, that lawsuit. So, go figure. But he's apparently lost quite a bit of faith in, like, the comics community because he just derailed, like, he derailed production of the Archie Sonic comic.
Well, I mean,
Which
I don't know.
I did like.
I wouldn't trust someone in the industry if I found out that they basically pulled a huge stunt like that. Because I mean, I don't know the details, but to me, it feels like if you're an individual doing that, it's more as a publicity thing and like a bit of like a vitriol
What's he
kind of
doing
fuel
now?
thing.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
on Twitter.
what is he up to?
I'm gonna look on Twitter. What's he doing now?
Yeah, Scourge is cool. I haven't read any of the comics that has him. But
Yeah,
Scourge is a
his
cool
Twitter
character.
banner I don't really like. It looks a little weird to me, to be honest with you.
Oh.
Also, his text looks like something that he made in... You're not an illustrator. This doesn't look that great. He must be more of a writer, because if he's an illustrator, he could do better with his text.
I think he's one of those guys that just never really improved over the years. I don't know how. I don't know how you don't improve, but I don't know.
Yeah, he seems to... Yeah, it's kind of weird. Not really feeling his art style. Not really feeling it.
Yeah, I saw a post and I was
Yeah.
like, "Are you serious?" Like a Tumblr, which
Yeah.
I think some information when he got fired. I think it was recent,
Right.
whatever. And it was like, and it had some of his art examples, and I was like, "Are you sure this guy is this a joke? Are you
doesn't-
sure this guy is in the
I mean-
professional comics industry as an illustrator? Like, I don't want to be rude, but like,
Don't get me wrong. I couldn't do better, but
I could do better.
I'm saying- Listen, Mr. Pendis.
You know, it's really
Call him
funny.
out.
No. I want to tell you a quick story. Claire
Get him
Hummel,
out of here. Yeah.
Claire Hummel is an artist that has done work for games and stuff.
Yeah.
She's also done that series of historical Disney princesses. She's very big on historical accuracy with regards to fashion and clothing and stuff. She's great. You'd love her work if you saw it. But
Sounds like I would.
was watching a panel from a conference recently. I need to go back and finish it. It was about how to make a good art portfolio for illustrators. And all the artists were talking about their origins of how they got into the games industry. And she said, well, it started when I was like 12 years old. One summer at Neopets. Basically, I emailed them and I said, your art's bad, mine's better. And they hired me.
Oh.
It
Well,
was
she
phenomenal.
emailed Neopets?
She emailed
Neopets'
and
art
told them
isn't
their
bad.
art was bad.
Is
Yeah,
Neopets
I
still
mean,
a
that's what
thing?
it was. Dude, when she was on Neopets, it was like not anymore. I mean, remember she's like an industry person. I think she's in her 30s, like at a guess, like not to be rude. So like, you know, if you imagine when she was 12, it's like, nah, I think Neopets probably.
So
potentially
essentially
had
what
bad
you
art.
need to do is you need to call
need
up
to
the art
insult
director
something
on
that
your
you like.
favorite thing.
Yeah, go our favorite thing.
Yeah.
Tell them that their art is bad and you can do better when you definitely can't. But you know, maybe
Yeah.
you're on par.
Except don't do
And
what
then
Sarah
hope
did.
they
Insult
buy
good
you.
people, not apparently
Yeah, insult
terrible
good
people.
not bad people. Insult a large a company. Don't insult an individual because then they will have a Twitter. They will have like a Twitter fight with you. And a company. Probably
I
won't.
would
They might just-
wager, Sarah, you have more followers than Ken Penders on Twitter. Hang on, let me just check. Let me just check that
That's
right now.
really funny because I mean I probably don't. I only have like a couple of hundred on Twitter. Actually, wait. Maybe not even that. I can't remember.
Well, you know that Sarah is way more popular than me on Twitter.
Yeah, but like most of those are bots or people that like just followed me because I don't know.
Okay,
They follow everyone.
Ken Penders has 925 followers.
That is a lot more followers than me. On
How many
Twitter.
do you have?
I have like 200.
I just baited her into selling how many Twitter's
It's
followers
on my
you had.
Twitter page. It's
No,
like,
no.
oh, you just doxed yourself, Sarah. It's on my Twitter page.
It is
It's
not.
public
It is
information.
not. It is not tacky. I baited her into that answer. You could easily get 1,000 followers.
It's not tacky because you baited me.
Yeah, it is. You could. I'm not even paying attention to the game now. I'm just fucking talking about this artist that. Oh my god! What the?
Needs 10 kills to win.
Destructible environment's not bad.
If you like destructible environments, you gotta love Fortnite.
This podcast is brought to you by fucking Epic. No, it's not.
Fucking epic. Epic, if you want to send a giant llama to my home, you're more than welcome.
Epic, if you're listening, fuck that. I want some of that $100 million that you're apparently giving out.
Actually, that's a good point. Can I have some of that? I'll get into esports. I'll do it. I'll only play Fortnite for a month.
For a month. Yeah, that'll
long
really
enough.
show me your loyalty, Sarah.
No,
Play
no,
for a
no. I
month.
mean, then that'll make me strong enough to be an esports player in Fortnite. And then I'll get some of that sweet, sweet $100 million. A bone samurai. That's awesome. It doesn't need to be a reason. You follow your heart. Follow your dreams.
Alright, I'm actually starting to get some kills now. We're gonna have to engage him at slightly closer range, I think. Go away, Diva. I mean, Tracer. I'm Diva. Ow, ow, ow. Oh, almost got my robot back.
Uh-oh. Anzo.
Bone Samurai. I just noticed the chat, by the way. Looking at that.
Play of the game.
That skin is so mank. Oh, wow. I find it to be his more attractive skin. Because of the glasses and stubble. One of my friends, she's really in love with his beach skin. She's got like a massive poster of this beach McCree on her wall. Alright, can I open this box? Oh, nope. Okay, found a game. Cool. Kings Row. Alright, am I going to concentrate on this or am I going to concentrate on Ken Penders? Sarah, are you still with me? Oh, there you go.
Ken Penders. No, this is a Ken Penders.
This is the
Discord stream.
this is the Ken Penders appreciation show. I should change the name.
Appreciation. No man, I'm going back to quote Claire Hummel. Your art is bad, mine's
Your
better.
it's bad, mine's better. Fuck
I
you, Ken
actually
Penders.
died.
Fuck you.
Oh god. I'm gonna get like like called out on saying that one day in like 3 years time, someone's gonna dig this up on me.
Like when you're on a panel with Ken Penders, and his
Yeah, I'm gonna be
shit's
on
like
a
the next
panel.
his shit's like the next biggest thing, and you're like, oh, I'm on a panel with Ken Penders. Better not. Hopefully, no one brings up that fucking panel. That let's play I did
That
like
really
3 years ago.
Specific one Overwatch stream that I did 3 years ago. Yeah.
And
oh
I'll be
my God,
like,
no one
hello,
brings up that.
hello, Miss Shymander or Pickaxe Shy, whatever you're gonna be calling yourself then.
Shymander is actually the name
Yeah.
of someone that is in
Yeah.
one of my other discords.
Oh, really?
Hilariously. It's complete coincidence.
I'll be like, hello, Miss Shy person.
Sarah, dude.
Mitch
Yeah,
here from
Sarah's fine.
Mitch here from Pixel Civ.
And then I'm gonna just be like, security.
Get him out of here.
I don't know this man.
Scared. Like
Oh
Mitch here from
God.
Pixel Civ. I think I remember on a very particular Let's Play on the 12th of the 6th, 2018.
Oh my
12:37 Perth time. I think you said something along the lines of "fuck Ken Pendis," and then you'll be like, "Actually, no, Mitch, that was you saying that. I just said my
And
art
you're
was
like,
better."
"Oh." Yeah. And then I'll publicly dox myself.
Yeah.
So
But
you're gonna
when
bait
you
me into saying it?
yeah when you're doing the
The
art
whole
when
thing
you're
is just you. Yeah, you're just baiting me into saying. Actually, I said my art was better than Ken.
and then like it'll be the panel will be like the Star Fox movie, how
Oh
we
my
did the
God.
art for it.
Oh my God, no, and Stabby will be on it. No,
Yeah.
honestly.
And then Munich will be like, "I'm firing these two because I'm the writer. I'm the writer of the Star Fox movie."
Yeah, like he would like at that point he'll have his own company and everything. He'll be
Yeah.
like, you're fired.
Like he'll be like, "We're the company making. We've been hired by Nintendo to make the Star Fox movie, and I'm firing these two people and hiring Ken Pendis."
Oh my God.
15 kills to win.
Oh God.
And then 3 years after that, Ken Penders will sue Munich for half the characters in the movie.
Oh my God. He just has like them in his sketchbook. It's like a really rough draft. It's just like I made it first.
Excuse me, I drew this on a napkin 2 years
Oh
ago.
my God. Royalties? It was funny actually. I was watching E3 and when Rage 2 was announced and they were showing gameplay footage, they were just like, so you assumed the character Walker, and I was like, royalties? Royalties Bethesda? It was very funny. I was having a good time. It looked good, but I was just like, Bethesda, royalties. When walking and texting becomes big, I'm gonna sue Bethesda, just like Ken Penders did.
Excuse me, my thing is vaguely like even though you paid me to design characters for you, I still own them.
I cannot fathom how that works.
It's like he's a comics industry person, right? Like that's
Exactly.
how
If
it
you
works. You get
make, like if you're I know at least in game dev or you know film and media TV, if you make something in that studio that's concept art for that studio, they own it. I
yeah.
don't care.
I mean,
It's not if it's
I mean,
unused,
but
they
if you
own it.
and if you don't like that, don't sign the contract. You know,
Exactly.
like
Or don't design it. Keep the good design. for
yeah,
yourself.
if you
Don't
love
give it
them
to
so
them.
much,
Yeah, if you have a really good idea and you start to sketch it, like maybe just, you know, stop, make a different idea that you're not that keen on, but they might be, and then keep the good one and then use it for yourself personally at home. Like, there's nothing, you know, you're not stopped from making fucking fan characters. They can't stop you from doing that. Just keep the better ideas and then just pretend that you're making good ones too. Like, oh my
pretend
god.
that you're making good ones as well. Ken Pendis has
I
to
mean, at the end of the
pretend he's
day-
doing good
At
work.
the end of the day, like in the studio or the comics, if you're just like, tasked with making a throwaway side character, but they want it to look really good, like your idea of good may not match the director's.
I kind of wish
you know?
Froggy was
So
still
it doesn't
here.
really matter. Yeah.
I kind of wish Froggy was still here because he knows more about which ones Penders designed than me.
Probably, yeah.
Play of the game.
He's in our Discord. Hang on, I'm gonna message him and see if we can come back.
Oh, I think they've announced Resident Evil 2 Remastered at E3. That's cool. Have you looked at his Twitter? He is pretending he's doing good work. I feel like a lot of people in the industry that have been scorned or that do that, they honestly pretend they've done good work. I don't know if you guys have heard of the story, but Jim Sterling was sued by a game dev company. Well, actually, by that I mean by one person. It's actually a very, very interesting video. The video that he made on it after the entire thing was cleared up and he wasn't under any legal obligation to not say anything about it. But this happened a few years ago, and he basically put out a review of a game that was on Steam, and the game was terrible. It used stock assets from Google of blood that they didn't even bother to clean the PNG edges, so it just looked terrible. He found the exact same assets that they used for it, and he was like, and no effort was put into making them look nice. And there was all this other garbage around it, and the game was just a terrible, terrible game they put on Steam and were trying to sell. And he called it out, like he calls out every terrible game that has had barely little effort put into it on Steam. And one of the developers, I think it was a small group, but one of them decided they were going to sue him. And this guy, in his infinite wisdom, decided that he was not going to hire a lawyer. He just wrote all this shit himself about how Jim Sterling had done all these terrible things to him. There was this fucking I think he was really deluded as to what Jim Sterling had actually done and what his legal obligations were. And the entire thing was a fucking joke. And every time, like, I think the guy had no idea how the law worked, and half the time it was Jim Sterling and his lawyer trying to tell him, no, that step doesn't happen now, that happens later. No, you're progressing too quickly, that's not how this works. Actually, we have to go through this legal process first. And there was, the slaughtering grounds, that fiasco, and it was like, there was all this excessive, like, he was going at great lengths to try and do things to give him more of a claim, and he hadn't even hired a fucking lawyer to see what he could actually do to potentially sue. I think he wanted $100,000 for damages.
Is that it? Usually you sue for a lot more than that.
Possibly more, but I can't remember. But like, the guy was an idiot, so he was trying to say, I want money for damages that you've caused on the sales of the game. And Jim's like, you really sure people are gonna actually buy this hot piece of garbage? Are you sure people are actually gonna buy your fucking terrible game? Oh. And it was all this crazy shit, and like obviously Jim Sterling won because the guy didn't hire a fucking lawyer. And
always hire a lawyer, guys, if you're gonna sue someone.
Yeah, if you want to take legal action, please just talk to a fucking professional. Otherwise, you're just gonna make an absolute joke out of yourself. But it was phenomenal, like the way that this guy thought he could kind of do stuff. It's like wow, how do you kind of go about thinking that you can do that? How do you? It was amazing. It's very interesting. But like he thought he was making good enough work that meant he could sue Jim Sterling for giving his game a bad review. That's what it came down to. And like again, he was a guy in game dev.
Yeah. Also,
I wouldn't say he was any under. I don't think he'd done any AAA work, but he'd obviously published his game on Steam and it was noticed. And it's just like he thinks he's doing good work.
Well, the thing is about this particular case is it's less about the fact that that guy had no case, but it's more about the pretext of someone suing a reviewer. Like, you can't do that because you're a company and you can't sue someone for having a bad opinion. You can't do that.
Well,
even
that's what he very quickly realized.
Yeah, so, like, it's less about him being even though he is a moron, he is. Let's not, I'm not defending him for being a moron, like, and being entitled. I'm not, that's not what I'm saying. But
I understand,
the reason why it was thrown out so quickly is because it was pretext for everyone else. Like, then... So what if he wins, right? What happens to the rest of what happens to everyone else with an opinion online? Oh, and so.
Oh, he had no case otherwise because what he did was like not liable on legal obligation. The judge actually told him, "Hey, if you drop this right now, this can end very quietly and very peacefully, and you'll save a lot of money." It was quite funny.
Oh, but, Froggy's back.
Interesting.
Froggy's back. I asked Froggy to come back. I asked Froggy to come back. For a reason. Okay, so we wanted to know Ken Penders. Yeah, okay, so we're back to talk about Ken Penders. Do you know exactly which characters that he claimed to own, Froggy? And Froggy, if Twitch is lagging, you can actually check it out on YouTube as well. It goes out to both.
I've got you in my sights.
Oh, nope. Nice. Yeah, that's I see. I asked Froggy to come back just for a second. Oh shit! Hang on. The chat. If the reason why we've got kind of silent is this has become a very intense Overwatch game. Cool.
Knuckles extended family.
Knuckles. Oh, he does have an extended family. So pretty much every echidna then.
Except for Knuckles.
Except for Knuckles.
Sonic 3, except for Knuckles. Was it Sonic 2 and Knuckles? I can't remember.
Oof. Julie Sue was his girlfriend, right? Like
How many
Knuckles had a
girlfriends
girlfriend?
did Sonic have? Oh, was
No,
Knuckles,
no,
was
no,
that
no.
Knuckles'
Sonic
girlfriend?
has a lot of fucking girlfriends in
I know
the
he has
fucking
lots of
comic.
girlfriends.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, Knuckles can walk on water through his sheer strength of will and the fact that he's so done with everyone else's bullshit. He just doesn't care. He's just that strong in his resolve.
Oh, we won. Fuck yeah. Okay, how do you know this? Holy shit. That's a fuckload of characters. So I don't know who Lara Sue is. Dimitri, I believe, is the robot echidna. Adam is an AI that runs Dr. Eggman's shit in his house. Mammoth Mongol is a reoccurring bad guy. Julie Sue is the girlfriend. Scourge is evil Sonic. I mean, really, can you really own evil Sonic? I mean, it's just an evil Sonic. I don't know who Altair is. Enerjark is a reoccurring bad guy. Locke the Echidna, I remember that guy character. That is Knuckles' father in the comic. So it's nine characters, which were actually they were pretty involved characters in the story when it got cancelled. Like all of those characters are pretty big. You want to say Knuckles' mom. Knuckles has a mom in... Right. There's a Sonic lore book? Yeah, they were reoccurring bad guys. They were actually pretty good characters, but I don't think he drew any of them because they were actually pretty well designed.
He probably designed them, and then it's just trying to claim it of that, like, I made this original design. And
Lara
somebody else
was...
took it and drew it.
Lara was his daughter. Okay. Knuckles had a daughter. Oh yes, okay.
Jesus.
Yes,
Jesus,
yes.
Knuckles.
No, yes there was, because there was this spin-off series where it was in the future.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, and Knuckles had a daughter who was actually pretty cool. She like became way more powerful than Knuckles ever was.
Wow, mate, you have so much skill. You freeze someone and you headshot them from like 0 range. Maybe you'll become an esports professional too one day. So I've got a bit of soul. I was playing Rainbow Six Siege last night after a big break, and there's this one clan of people, and we know they're a clan because they all have like, they all have the same like 3-letter word at the end of all their names, and we always see them together. So like generally that's like what you do in Siege is you add like a little clan tag to your usernames to show that you're in the same group. And they always play casual, and they always act like they're so good. And 2 of them were talking shit.
They're like
the
sweaty,
one,
like
yeah, they're really sweaty casual players. And 2 of them were talking shit as they were beating us. And like at the end of the game, their team won. But like fucking their friend who was dead quiet, he was the one that actually carried them. Like he carried the entire fucking team to victory. And he got MVP, and they all like shut up at the end of the game, and we were calling them out on it, just like, oh yeah.
Wait, they can hear you?
Huh? No, we were saying in chat.
Oh, in chat,
they
right.
were sweaty in chat, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's all it's a team vote in Siege, 100%. But they were so fucking sweaty the whole game. And at the very end, when they realized that their friend was like, he was one that carried them, we're all just like, oh, keep it up, you two. Maybe you'll get there someday too. Oh, you guys are so good. You get to ranked one day. You know, you'll be good enough for ranked one day. It was fucking amazing. But they left us alone after that, which is pretty funny. but the salt carries through.
Oh, Bastion, damn. He did have, okay, so Froggy's just given us more Archie Sonic. I should
Oh.
really know all this. I actually
you've
own a
read,
lot
like,
of
all
them.
the Archies.
Yeah. So Sonic had a son and a daughter that were named after his sister and his brother in Sonic Underground, which is actually kind of neat. Oh, and Munich is apparently Toad's gonna claim ownership of the little blue alien people from issue 1 because according to Penders, he can just do that.
Yeah.
So,
I designed some random throwaway aliens for the comic that we're working on because we just needed a species for the characters that are probably aren't going to appear again. It's their situational characters, and
Nice.
now Munich is claiming ownership of that completely.
oh yeah, so
Technically, you can because it's concept for your story. So I don't think. I mean, if I was to claim
Well-
ownership of those,
well, this
then
is-
I think I'd be pulling a Penders.
yeah, so Sarah is more of a Penders in this situation.
Yeah, no,
Marvel.
I'd be doing
Yeah,
the Penders
I mean,
because technically
yeah.
it's owned by you. It's your story. In some ways, you know, like it's your IP. I'm just helping you. I mean, obviously
Yeah.
we've agreed it's to some degree collaborative, but like I did that concept art for you, so it's your IP. So if I was to claim those aliens as my design for my own story, then it's kind of like, well, I'd be pulling the Penders.
Yeah,
So I'd be making the dick move. I'd be pulling the Penders.
it is. Yeah, you're right, Froggy. It is technically his. So Sarah would be pulling the pulling the Penders.
Yeah,
this is
no,
my new
that's-
legal term, by the way. This is my
Yeah, it's beautiful. We've created something wonderful here, but like that's how it is. Because I mean, especially when you're getting paid to design something, you don't own that concept. That's owned by the people that have paid you to conceptualize and design that for you.
Yeah.
Now, if it's a private commission, obviously the terms are decided by whatever your
well,
TOS
well,
set up.
really,
You're in the
actually,
industry.
what the terms are the terms of the contract. Contracts
Exactly,
are so
that's what I'm
bespoke,
saying,
yeah.
like-
But traditionally, traditionally the contract is, which is why I'm not sure how Penders got away with what he did.
Maybe it wasn't
Yeah.
clearly outlined in the contract.
Yeah, because comics is a bit strange.
Yeah,
Especially
I mean, if
old
you're
comics,
in a game dev
yeah.
studio, I mean, I can almost guarantee I've never worked in one. Hopefully that will
Yeah.
change soon. But like, I know based on what I've seen, the way people talk about it is that like, you know, you make anything under them, it's owned by them. It's for that studio. It's not yours. You know, the art is yours, but you don't own the art. You don't own the designs. That's all for the studio and goes back into the studio. Even if it's unused, it's still the studio's property.
Archie
so
couldn't-
It's like with comics, it's interesting.
Yeah,
Like I don't
so-
know if they have the same consideration there.
So Archie couldn't find the right documents according to Munich.
Rick
So
in
that
pieces.
means there is grounds for
Yeah.
the
yeah,
challenge.
that's-
So
Yeah, that's really interesting.
yeah. And don't worry, Froggy, you didn't cause the up spike in Sonic. We're pretty big Sonic fans here. We just don't really talk
Yeah.
about it much because Sonic
Yeah.
sucks.
Oh shit! I have 3 loot boxes.
I also have 3 loot boxes.
Yeah, we just don't talk about Sonic. I mean, we all like Sonic, but you know, conversations. There's many things in our lives that we enjoy.
Yeah.
We talk about them in
which is
variety.
why. So because they couldn't make their contracts materialize, Penders won. Okay, all right. Now, Penders is an idiot, and I don't like him. But Archie, you failed there. Sorry. That if you can't
Yeah,
find the
they
documents,
should have kept
you're
that shit.
yeah, you're both.
That's your fault.
Apparently, it's a combination of two organizations, and an organization and an individual, both creatively stunting each other. To be honest. And both losing a lot of good faith and
Yeah, causing problems in the industry as well because like
Yeah.
that's trust issues grow from that kind of stuff. So
yeah. It's
like,
just
if
like you
got
can't.
if you got a bad history, it's like
A gift for you.
Okay, here we go.
Well, you've put us in a Sonic mood. It's because it's fresh on the brain. It's like with anything. It doesn't matter what the subject matter is. If we enjoy it, and like if someone mentions it, we're gonna
Oh,
like,
yeah,
probably
yeah.
just kind of. It's gonna be on our mind for a while because that's just how minds work, I guess.
But like we do talk a lot about Sarah and I talk a lot about Sonic in our free time
Yeah, we've
actually.
always talked a lot
And,
about Sonic for a long time. We go
But
back-
also
we go way
we
back
talk
with
about
Sonic.
what you guys want us to talk about in the chat. As I
Yeah,
as
we
I
talk about what
as I
gamers want.
I was mentioning to Froggy in a PM that we engaged with a couple of hours ago, and the reason why I stream is to add something to people's lives. Like I don't, I like whether it be laughter or information or a different point of view. I am my main purpose. I think doing this is to add something to people's lives, and if I've done that, then it really doesn't matter what I talk about. Okay, so Munich. So this is actually, so copyright law is really interesting. Kind of wish we had Johnny here for this. Johnny's probably turning in his sleep that we're butchering this copyright law thing. He knows all about this stuff.
Prepare to attack. Select your hero.
One character I'm very glad didn't get swept up in the whole Ken Penders thing is actually one of my favorite characters in the Archie comics universe. Is we're doing quick play. Didn't realize that.
Oh, quick play is a nice change.
Yeah. One of the characters that I'm glad didn't get swept up in that is I like the character Nicole, the AI character. I like the design of that character. It's really cool, and I like the idea of it. So she's one of my favorite characters, and also I liked another character that they brought in toward the very end. There were a bunch of these secret agents that there was like a secret agent kind of spin-off story, and those characters are really cool. I liked that the robot metal they got this like Metal Sonic, and they kind of reactivated this Metal Sonic to kind of be the Sonic on this separate team. So like because these secret agents didn't have like Sonic on their team, they needed like a Sonic equivalent, so they reactivated this metal one.
Catch you later, Froggy.
Hey, see ya, Frog. Drown yourself. Don't
Maybe
do
don't
that.
do that.
Don't do that. Don't drown yourself.
Unless you're drowning yourself in quality, wholesome media.
Yeah.
That's the only kind of drowning that we endorse here on
Yeah.
Sift. Now, if Johnny heard me say that, he'd be very upset. So I'd like to clarify, I'm not endorsing suicide. Please drown yourself in good, wholesome media.
Yeah.
Metaphorically speaking.
Yeah. Please don't drown yourself.
Please don't. I don't say anything
Yeah.
very seriously in this stream.
Okay, so
Roadhog, piss off.
since Froggy has mentioned so Froggy, this, if you're wondering if you're influencing our content, you absolutely are, because every time you talk about something like that, I actually am required by Australian consumer law to mention some places where you can get help. So you can contact, if anyone listening and anyone experiencing this after the fact is struggling with any sort of thoughts like that, please reach out to Lifeline. There are a couple of
That's for, I
Yeah.
think that's for just for Australians though. If,
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you're not in Australia, you can reach out to a local institution. All you have to do is Google, like potential local help websites in your country or area. But there's always people willing to help, and there's
Yeah.
a lot of public online options where you can just join a text chat if you don't want to actually talk to someone. You can just have a casual
Yeah.
text chat with people if that's more comfortable for you. So that's always an option, and people are always, even just your friends, people are always willing to listen and help. And we are here as well, Big Pixel Sift, if you want to talk to us.
Yeah, absolutely.
The Discord is always open, and we are always there. We can always help
Yeah.
you as friends, not professionals, but we are always willing to listen as well if you just want to have a chat.
Yep, absolutely.
I don't actually know that we are required by Australian
Yeah.
consumer law to talk about that. That's actually good to know.
We
as well.
actually are.
That's
Australian
really cool.
Australian
Yeah,
law.
wow.
There is a a part of why Australian media is actually quite reputable, and I love Australian media law actually, is because if you mention, let's say yeah, Froggy, you should absolutely take it easy. If you're bored, you should totally stay and hang out with us. But
We're
as
gonna
I
be
was
for a
gonna
while.
explain consumer law. It's not really law, it's just kind of like an understood kind of thing, where if you
probably
mention,
should do it, which is good.
yeah,
It's
if
a good thing
you
to uphold.
if you mention, like, if you, let's say, it's more common in the news, it's less common with stuff like us, but if we cover something like
mental
we
health
did
issues.
we did cover. It wasn't necessarily a suicide, but it was a drug-related thing once on Pixelsiv, and we posted places to get help. And and we do it not because we have to.
It's just, you know, you never know
Yeah.
who's listening.
But there are some pretty clear guidelines as to what has to be done when reporting on a suicide and reporting about, because you can't not report it, because it's news. It's an issue that needs to be.
Yeah, Froggy, you can try watching the YouTube live stream. We've had reports that people usually find that it runs better on YouTube than Twitch if they're having lag issues. So you can try tuning into us on YouTube, and you can still chat to us. If Mitch has Restreamio chat open,
I got Restreamio chat open, yeah. So
yeah,
you
we can still chat
you
to you. It's
yeah.
not a problem. So
can
if you
absolutely
want to
view us
hang
on
around,
YouTube.
try YouTube. But if you want to go do something else, that's cool.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming, though.
Yeah, thanks for coming. Oh, go
Like, it's good,
away,
though, 'cause
Reaper.
Too many people like don't kind of, you know, there isn't enough of just kind of like, you know, here's where you can get help. Too many people kind of just disregard that, or they don't really think about it when something happens. So I think it's good to
Yeah,
normalize the
I
idea
hope
of, like, there being help institutions there, and the idea of, like, you know, it's you know,
I
potentially
hope
not as hard as it seems to contact help.
I hope that the audience doesn't misconstrue what I said when Froggy was influencing our content by making me have to do it. I would probably do it anyway, but I just thought that you might want to know about Australian consumer law.
Yeah, it's
Because,
interesting because, you know, we
yeah.
do have some pretty interesting guidelines that actually really help us, you know, and keep us safe as consumers and as producers, you know, compared to other countries. Like, we've got a really good thing going here. So it's nice to talk about it.
Do I pressure you to show up, Froggy? I hope I do. I hope I'm not pressuring you.
I mean, you asked him to show up just because you could.
Oh no, I asked him to show up.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm a pretty big Sonic fan, Munich.
I mean,
but,
we
yeah.
don't, nothing we do, we don't ever want to pressure people. He only
Yeah.
asked you to come because we wanted to ask you a specific question because we were talking about Ken Penders and we're just like, Froggy
Yeah.
might know about Ken Penders.
Well,
but,
Froggy,
you know,
Froggy,
don't feel
Froggy
like you
did
have to
know about
stay.
Ken Penders, yeah.
Yeah, and he did, but like that's
Yeah.
all we really wanted. That's
Yeah.
only why he asked you to come. 'cause he wanted
I
to talk
hope you
about
don't
that.
feel pressured by me, Froggy.
Yeah. We don't intend to. I mean, at the end of the day, we just kind of stream. If people rock up, it's like, oh yeah, cool. Got a pretty casual attitude.
Oh no, I'm a pretty big Sonic fan. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, no, seriously,
Yeah.
I know. I've known him for
Yeah.
like a decade. We're both pretty big Sonic fans.
I am Orisa. Lay it on us in the Discord, Xander, what you've designed. I would love to see it.
Fuck yeah.
Ooh. Oh, McCree, really? Ah, crap.
No, you didn't tell me about what happened to you on Facebook. What happened? What kind of bullshit went down on Facebook?
How did Amy get the hammer? I actually don't know that. Froggy, how did Amy get a hammer? It's magic, right? In the Archie comics or the game extended universe? I actually don't know.
I'm pretty sure they keep changing it depending on which law
Yeah.
you're looking at.
Oh, if I don't... Do you know where she got the hammer, Froggy?
Here at Pixel Sif, we don't police people for being fans of content.
Except that you're a Fortnite fan.
Holy shit, that's really cool. That's crazy, dude. You got recognized on a random Facebook group. That's insane. That happened to me actually when I was playing a video game, which was really, really bizarre. But that's
Oh
really
man,
cool.
I got recognized in a bar once.
Oh my god, I've been recognized
was-
by other people, like a friend.
oh
a
my
friend
god,
bought
it
a
was-
phone case
Yeah.
from Redbubble of one of my art, and someone like that they were hanging out with at like they were at like a club group or something at uni, and someone recognized the art, and they were just like, "What? That's my friend!" It was crazy. How did you get recognized at a bar?
I was at a bar with some friends, and some person just came up to me, and they were like, "Hey, you're Mitch, right?" And I'm like, "Oh crap! Did I meet this person before? Have I forgotten their name?" Like,
Yo,
yeah. And this was in Perth, by the way. This is like not
I
in
was gonna
Melbourne.
say,
Like,
like,
we get
that's- like,
we get
what?
recognized quite a bit when we go to PAX. Like,
yeah,
and it's not a lot. Maybe the whole of PAX, it maybe happened like 5 times. Like,
yeah, but like that's
Yeah.
people that have potentially been on the show or have watched the show. 'Cause
Yeah.
their friend was on the show, or like a developer friend or something. Like how
Yeah.
they recognize you at this
so
bar?
they tapped me on the
Who are
shoulder.
they?
It was this girl, and
Yeah.
I actually I'm so sorry. I can't remember her name at the moment. But because I was getting
If she's watching right now.
yeah, she's watching
apologies.
right now. She's gonna be heartbroken. But I was at the bar.
Mm.
And a bar in Perth, and basically I walked up to the thing to order drinks, and someone tapped me on the shoulder. Was like, "Hey, you're Mitch," and I'm like, "Oh yes, I am Mitch." And I was trying to think, it's like I don't recognize this person, so I'm like, I was like, "Fuck, have I met this person before? Have they potentially been a guest on Pixel Civ? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Do I not remember them?" I was trying to figure out where I knew this girl from,
Yeah.
and she's like, "Oh, you do Pixel Civ, right?" And I'm like.
Oh my god.
And I was like, "Oh yeah, I do." And she goes, "Yeah, I really like the show." And I'm like, "Thank you very much for watching." And then we just talked very briefly. I'm like, "I'm so sorry. I would love to chat with you more, but I'm here with some friends. It was a birthday, and I was like, I'm here with some friends. So I'm gonna go
yeah.
sit back down with them. But thank you very much for watching the show, and I hope you continue to watch the show." That kind of thing.
That's great.
And it
That's
was
so cool.
yeah. And it
Oh,
was
man.
and it was a really cool experience. It's never happened to me again. It happened. I think it happened in like the second year of Pixel Civ, and yeah. And
That's so cool though.
Froggy has given me an update on where the hammer came from. Okay, Amy only has one hammer origin, and that I assume is also used for the game since it carries her name. She made a wish on a ring of acorns, so she could be older and join the Freedom Fighters. The hammer came with it. It is called the Pico Pico. I do know that. I do know what it's called, yes.
I mean, it's called the Pika Pika in games, but I don't think anyone ever actually mentions where it came from because
Yep.
the game lore is different to the comic lore. So I think they just, oh, she has a hammer,
Yep.
and like that's kind of it.
And it can magically appear and disappear. Froggy's sending me this over YouTube, because he's watching on YouTube.
Mm.
How's it doing on YouTube, Froggy? I'm actually not previewing it. I don't know how many people are watching. I'm not getting comments from there, so I don't know. So Froggy is a lot more popular on YouTube. He streams a lot of Sonic and Yu-Gi-Oh.
There's something really crazy about being recognized in any state of existence, whether it's online, in a new environment, or like in person at an event or something. Just kind of being recognized for what.
Well,
you do.
you're pretty famous, Sarah, aren't you? Like you're
I
in the
would
comics
not-
community.
No, not really. I haven't
Okay.
been doing that much comics. Like I've only really just been doing stuff with Munich, and that's all like not publicly posted at the moment.
Mhm.
So, I mean, I've been doing my art. Been getting mutuals and stuff here and there, but I don't know. I mean, I got recognized in a video game after I made a joke. Because I made this terrible video of me playing an SCP related game, Secret Lab. It's free on Steam. It's just like a dumb little roleplay game set in the SCP Foundation universe.
This live stream is brought to you by. No, I'm kidding.
It's a
Keep going,
public. It's
Sarah.
public domain. SCP is public domain. We can't get sponsored by them.
I'm sorry. I was just trying to derail you. Keep going.
But I made a joke. I was a guy. I was just walking around with this other player, and we just kind of ended up by ourselves in the game. We're just wandering around trying to figure out where to go next. And he just told me, oh yeah, so yeah, I just picked up the game. I'm just kind of getting into it, and I was like, oh yeah, I mean, it's pretty chill, I just kind of from me to you, just kind of fuck around and have fun. And I was just talking to him, and I made an offhand comment about how I offered an SCP player Bitcoin in the hopes that he would let me get through. I
How
offered
many
this SCP
Bitcoins?
player,
One?
I just said, do you take Bitcoin? Can I pay you a toll to get through this door? Because it was the SCP that blinks, that moves if you blink. He was on the other side of the door, and I wanted to get through it, and he was going to kill me if I tried to get through. So I was like, can I offer you a toll to get through? Do you take Bitcoin? And I ended up putting it in like a really short little compilation video of me just fucking around in the game on my YouTube an animation I made when I was 18 went viral a few months ago, and I was like, well, since everyone's like subscribing to me for fucking SCP meme videos, I may as well make another one. So I did, because SCP
Give the
is,
people
like,
what they
pretty-
want.
Yeah, it got popular, and so then that animation got popular because everyone
Yeah.
was looking up SCP videos. So I was like, oh fucking whatever. And then
So
the
you-
guy, after I made that comment to the guy, he was like, I just watched that video, and I was like, oh my god. No
It's like,
way.
oh
And
my
we both just had,
god.
like, a moment. We just had a little moment, and we were just like, holy shit, it's great. But that was wild. Never happened to me again though.
It happens. SQ! It's Scott!
Hey, Scott.
We're talking about being recognized in public because of Pixel Civ and stuff we've done.
I would much rather be recognized in
I
public
just-
for Pixel Civ, to be
I
honest.
just told my bar story. SQ's here. I bet you SQ wishes he was playing Overwatch.
I bet he does. You know, he
Oh,
could
Doomfist.
come and join us in Overwatch.
Unfortunately, he has a real job.
Shit.
I know, right?
Maybe he can quit his real job and come play Overwatch with us.
Uh-oh. Here comes Bastion. How did that Bastion fly so high in the air? Uh-oh. I have to run this guy down. Oh, no! Ow. So back on the origin of Amy's hammer. Okay, so did I read that out already? I think I did. It was she wished to be older and she got the hammer as like an add-on. Like, if that makes sense.
A freebie?
Like a freebie. It's, oh, here's with your age up. Okay, cool. Oh, great. He's gonna be really low health when he gets back. Uh-oh. There we go. Alright. Oh, Bastion, come on, dude. Oh. Scott just went to his local bottle shop and was one of our sound students serving.
Oh my god. Perth is a really small place.
Yeah, so Amy, yeah, so Xander, you may, so Froggy just posted in the YouTube chat instead of the, Twitch chat, but yeah, Amy was a child, and she wished to be older. Oh no, I really approached from the wrong angle. My god. Too close to home.
Enemy turret over there.
Okay, I'm not sure what the chat's talking about anymore. Okay, so I think that actually makes a lot of sense because Sonic doesn't like Amy.
Yeah.
Like, and I think that might be the, like, you know, like how Sonic is always trying to avoid her and it's weird. Like,
Like he's not interested, and
like he's
that
totally
actually
not
happened.
interested. Like, he's done. Like,
Yeah.
especially in the
that's on
games
her.
and, yeah.
Like yeah, like that's on her, and the games run on a different storyline than the comics as well, and the characters all have set ages in the game. I don't think there's anything about her suddenly being younger and then growing old in any of the games I've played.
Yeah,
don't
I
know
think
the
that-
older games, but it feels like every Sonic game that comes out is in a slightly different timeline, is the way I see it, because everything's
Yeah.
a little bit different, and they're constantly trying new things. It's kind of like you know, just kind of take it as it comes. But yeah. I don't know, every game I've
Team
played,
kill,
it
nice.
feels like it runs a bit differently, like all the storyline, timeline's a bit different than the previous. Yeah, I can see Sonic as just being not interested in any kind of form of relationship too. Like, I kind of like that idea where he's just like, I just want to run, man.
Munich
Just wanna be
says
free.
Munich says he was all about Sally. Sally is the princess character, and Mina, I don't know who Mina is.
Mina Mongoose, there were two characters in the comics that, you know, were probably a bit more
Oh.
age appropriate for him as well, so I can kind of see that match.
See, like the fact that he's not, like the fact that Amy aged herself up with magic, I think is what Froggy said. That makes more sense that Sonic's not into that. Like he's
Yeah.
he knows that that's stupid
Yeah.
and dumb, and it's like like the person is still immature.
Squint just said he likes getting recognized for things that he does in video games too, and he pointed
Oh,
to
yeah.
a comment on his Steam profile where someone got really mad at him because he beat them in Dark Souls.
I've never
I'm
been.
gonna assume
Oh,
that's what it was.
I've never been called out in a video game for.
He wants me to read the comment out. Invading noob, get cancer, and stay in your own game. It's on his wall of fame.
Wow, brutal.
That's Steam.
Well,
Welcome to
once
PC gaming, nerds.
something that happened in in GTA that oh shit, I once outran a significantly more expensive car in GTA with my really not that expensive car, and I got accused of cheating and hacking, and I was like,
Oh my god.
I outran this car for a good 10 minutes. Like, the GTA map's huge, and they just kept coming after me. And I wasn't firing back, I was just outrunning them by navigating my car better than theirs. And they accused me of hacking, and I saved that comment. Oh, auto-modded? What auto-modded you?
I undeleted the auto-modded comment.
Oh, okay. What did they say?
It just had the word pedophilia in it.
Oh,
so
okay. Well,
it
I
was
mean,
okay.
it's conventional.
that was-
It's part of the conversation.
Yeah, but like that's auto mod just making sure like it just puts comments
Yeah,
under
yeah.
review and allows you to say whether it's okay or whether it's not okay. So it's
Yeah,
just like
no,
a
that's
general,
fine.
Yeah, it's alright. Yeah.
Well, that's what I meant. It's a bit weird because that's why Sonic's not into it. Essentially, it makes
Yeah.
more sense thematically. Well, not
Yeah,
thematically,
that
like
he's just
literal,
like, hey, I ain't cool with this, you know.
Yeah,
you're still
that-
effectively
what
failed,
you
and you're
did
still,
age-
you're still a
yeah.
child mentally. You
Yeah.
know? Doesn't matter if suddenly you're aged up. If it was an instant
Yeah.
thing, it's like you're still mentally a child. You haven't like basically just like frozen in time and I don't know. You suddenly or like you
Well,
skipped a few years but you still live.
it,
It's
it
like,
does
Nah.
it does make sense for like that whole like acknowledgement is one-sided.
Yeah, it
Like,
does make a lot of sense. Like she's still got that kind of immature, like, oh, I really like Sonic, and he's just like, nah, no thanks.
It's like no, you don't like. It's like no, you don't like me. You like the idea of me. It's like
exactly.
yeah.
Fucking meta Sonic
Yeah,
relationships.
there you go.
There we
And
go.
that is as far as we're gonna get with the Metasonic. Next,
Yep.
we're gonna talk about the Thundercats and how
Yeah,
their relationships
how
work.
fun- How someone made a remake of the one female Thundercats character that got rid of her unibrow and gave her boobs, and then everyone was getting really mad at them because they were just like, leave her
What?
alone. She looks beautiful. You know the Thundercats reboot.
Raw or
completely
the
different style and stuff.
Raw or the 2000
Yeah,
and
Raw. No,
Oh,
Raw,
okay.
the most recent.
okay.
You know how like the female character like doesn't look conventionally
What,
that pretty, but
Chitara?
she looks character.
I didn't actually notice
Um,
Chitara in that entire thing.
I'm pretty sure I just saw a design over and someone's like, "Oh, she looks so ugly," and apparently she
Let's
had
have a
like,
look.
brow and like a flat chest in the original, and it's like it's a very basic, simplified cartoon.
Thunder. I think
small
all of
children.
them suffer from that. Actually,
Yeah, but like that's part of
Yeah.
the stylistic choice is they all look kind of ugly in an endearing way because that's the style that they've chosen. And someone changed her. They gave her like longer hair. They got rid of the
Chitara.
unibrow and they gave her tits and made her look like a really conventional female character in a cartoon. And it was kind of like, do we really need to be doing this in the year of our Lord 2018? Can't you
She
just
looks
leave her alone?
awesome!
It's not. She does. But like that's the thing. It's like as long as she doesn't look conventionally female, people are just like, ooh, ugly. It's just like leave her alone. It's not for
Oh,
you.
that's Chitara. I didn't realize that
Yeah.
was just okay. She does look different. To be
But,
fair,
like,
she
it's-
doesn't
it's
look
not-
like
but,
she
like,
usually
it's-
does.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like that's the thing. It's not for the people that were complaining.
But-
It's for children.
But that
It's for
shot.
much younger children.
Okay, here's the thing about that shot. The Chitara is. I just rewatched the trailer, by the way, very briefly.
Yeah.
So Chitara in that shot, aside from the redesign and everything, is in the background and very undetailed.
Yeah.
So and
So we
the
don't
whole
actually know what
show
she
in
looked
general is quite flat.
Exactly.
No
It's
pun
like,
intended.
It's
But,
part of the
like,
stylistic choice.
Yeah. So
It's just ridiculous. Like, oh come on, grow up. It's not for you anymore. Go watch the original Thundercats where she actually looks like a weird, sexy cat person. Then go enjoy that media. You doofuses.
she kind of looks like Zarya a bit in that
Yeah.
in the 80s version.
Yeah. But like, I mean,
Yeah.
there was also like the 2000s version, I'm pretty sure as well. But like, I don't
Where
know,
they kind of
just go
oh, I
watch-
remember that design. They kind of like
that
made her
was
look like an
fun.
activewear chick, which I thought was pretty
Yeah.
cool
I,
because she
thought, I like that. I thought that was
Yeah.
cool. I feel like it's suited, but like, go watch that. Don't watch
Yeah.
this show that is clearly for a much younger demographic than you, and don't complain about it. It's not for you. It's for children. children that aren't immature adults that are basically children. Anyway.
Oh no, I made a mistake. Alright, going back to my chat. Here we go. I think, like, they're really making it, like, a show for kids, and I think they're making the Thundercats very juvenile as well.
Yeah,
Because-
and in that case, it's like
yeah.
Teen Titans Go. It's for a different audience.
Yeah, or, like,
You know, if you don't enjoy it, well, that's just too bad.
I'm-
It's not.
I
for
actually think they're bringing it into, like, let's say, like, Paw Patrol territory. I think, like, they're bringing it into that territory.
True.
Because,
Yeah, they are.
like, not even Teen Titans Go is kind of like a joke on itself, but I think they're
Yeah,
bringing
that's true.
they're bringing Thundercats even further in that direction. So
Yeah,
it's
a more children-oriented
yeah,
cartoon.
the new Thundercats characters look like, and this is not an insult, by the way, they look more like Sesame Street puppets than action heroes.
They do actually.
And I think
yeah,
that's the
but-
point.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's fun, and it's different. It's cool. It's fresh. I don't like it, but I'm not the target audience.
you don't
so
like it,
I-
yeah.
No, but I'm not the
Yeah.
target audience, so I have no problem with it. It's like, you know, I don't want to watch it. I think it's good, but it's not for me, and that's okay.
Owie.
I could be mature about that.
But Ken Penders, no, fuck that guy.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Oh, the turret's up there. Okay. Let me get on with that real quick. Okay, to execute this, I need to Wraith mode real quick, and then I need to come over here. Hopefully Moira will back me up. Nope, okay.
Oh shit, sorry. I tried.
Oh, Moira was you? That's okay.
Yep.
That was directed at the voiceless internet, but I guess that was you.
That's okay.
Um,
I
this
don't
is,
take offense.
this is how much I'm not paying attention to this game.
Yeah, that's okay.
I kind of liked the new Ben 10 designs, actually. Like, I did kind of like them. I thought they were cute. Oof. Well, I got two of them.
Oh my god. Symmetra, please.
Okay. Munich. Okay, I will say this. I hate the Teen Titans Go as I can say, and I can say that because I watched a season and a half in denial about how bad it is. I also love the new Ben 10, which is really fun. Okay, interesting.
Well, he really liked the original Teen Titans, and I can understand why you'd be like, Go sucks.
Yeah, okay, Munich, I
that.
have a question for you. Have you seen the Teen Titans Go movie trailer yet? Oh, nice one, Sarah.
Oh. Cool.
Oof. Got a loot box. Yeah. Okay, what did you think of the Teen Titans Go trailer? Because I thought it was fucking hilarious and I can't wait to watch it. Oh, the fart joke's so funny. This might say more about me than it says about you, Munich, don't worry. Have you seen the latest trailer? That one that doesn't have the fart joke in it? Because that was a bit... Like, I'll admit, I did, like, I had to power through that bit. Gonna take this opportunity to take a bite of my sandwich that I made. Have I watched the new Ben 10? No, I have not watched the new Ben 10, Froggy. I just saw the design and I liked it. So from I can only really comment, and I've only seen the design of the two kids, and a couple of the aliens. I haven't seen much of the actual show. No. That being said, I cannot wait for Thundercats Go. I'm totally gonna watch it.
Prepare to attack. Select your hero.
There is some Teen Titans Go episodes where it does border on the edge of bullying. Like, when they'll like bully a character for the entire show. The artist for Manly Men Doing Manly Things does a storyboard of the new Ben 10. For the new Ben 10. Oh, okay. Can you link that, Xander, for me? I will check that out.
It is time to act. You are already
Sarah, have you muted your mic again?
Nah.
Oh, okay. I gotta check. A lot of people have been doing that recently. A lot of people have been doing that recently.
What, just muting the mics?
My friend and I were online, and he was not talking, and I was like, I wonder if he's gone.
I
And
usually
then
say,
turns out he was muting his mic.
I usually mention that I'm just going AFK, or like if I mute my mic when I'm still there, it'll just be because I'm eating, and then I'll usually pop it on if I want to talk again. So
Yeah, I'm not that.
I try to let people know when I'm actually like I've disappeared, just because it's like otherwise you don't know if I'm gone or like we don't know what's going on.
I am not that professional.
Widowmaker, I swear to God.
I totally just ate my sandwich on mic. Maybe I.
Yeah, I like last time my crunching is too loud. So
Whoa, Widowmaker, relax. Come on. Ah!
yeah, Widowmaker's very aggressive.
This is my curse.
Okay, apparently there's a race of aliens called the Vigilax, and which... Oh, using... Okay, I'm actually not sure what. I'm actually not really up to date with the Ben 10 mythology.
Get the payload moving. Securing the payload.
Oh, I do understand that it's quite intense, that the people that like Ben 10. Uh-oh. Oh, eat this, Reaper. Nice. Nice. Uh-oh. Sarah, did you ever read the book Mortal Engines?
Wait, what was it about?
It was about, okay, so it's about like societies like broken down, so all like the cities in the world kind of are mobile.
Oh, no, I did not. I might have read part of it.
Oh, okay, I
remember.
recently saw the trailer for that, and I was,
Ooh.
yeah, it was, visually it looked exactly like I had envisioned it in the book.
That's very cool. Oh, Hanzo. That's pretty cool. Let's have a look.
But since you haven't seen it, I want to move on to another topic. Oh my god. Here we go. Die, Hanzo. Oh, die, Zenyatta. I am in trouble. Sorry, Zenyatta. Hey, what game should we play for our Let's Play, Sarah, this weekend?
Oh, wait.
Not
You
this
mean
weekend.
on
On Thursday.
I don't know, heck. What's a game that you guys haven't played?
I guess maybe we could do this American Dream. The American
Could.
Dream, sorry. It's a
Yeah,
VR game though. I don't know how well that will work, like in a Let's Play situation.
It'll work. Basically, you just have a camera that is the person that is playing VR, so a camera pointed at them as they're flailing around, and then you've got obviously the VR screen, and you guys can just sub out
Yeah.
who plays. Plenty of people have done VR Let's Plays, so I don't think it's going to be a problem.
Well, the American Dream is good because it's a sitting down VR game. You don't stand up.
Oh, that's okay then.
Yeah, so it might be easier on that front.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I hesitated and I still beat that Reaper. Yeah. Pick your battles, Mitch.
Oh yeah, my Switch should arrive either later today or tomorrow.
Oh, so
Probably
that's you useless for the next week and a half then.
Yep. Bye.
Payload is on its way.
It's Mario Odyssey all day, every day.
A couple of
downloads.
one of my friends recently got a Switch. Mason, he was on a Overwatch stream a couple of nights ago, and I told him it's like when I get my Switch, we're gonna build big Pacific Rim style robots out of Labo.
Fuck yeah.
Fight each
No,
other.
as soon as Squint saw Labo, like as the engineer, you know, kind of like he just fucking freaked out. He was like, "This is the most ingenuitive thing Nintendo."
No,
has
because he's
ever
got a
done."
3D printer, right? So you can like
Yeah, exactly. 3D printed Labo.
he
Is
go
exactly what he was thinking.
like he can go ham with that, like the 3D printer.
Precisely.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he was thinking. Is that like, you know, this gives us even more opportunities to do crazy shit with Labo. And already people have started doing amazing stuff. Like he started checking it out, like the piano, you can 3D print waveforms.
Nice.
They work. That works. So like, you know, we already like we have the tools, and now that the printers are working in top condition, it's like, well what's stopping us from making crazy shit with Labo? So I told him, like, Squint, if you want Labo, you pay for the software? I'm all good. You can use the Switch all you want. Whoops, that was the wrong character. Heck. Hopefully third-party hardware thing is sold.
What's wrong with the
hardware
third
would brick
party?
your Switch? What third-party hardware is
I
that?
believe that problem was fixed. I did read somewhere that it was.
What hardware was doing that though?
Apparently third-party docks. So if you bought like the cheap Chinese docks, it would brick the system. And I'm not
Yeah.
actually sure why, but apparently it
That
would.
is strange.
Yeah.
It might have been Nintendo trying to block them from being able to work, so
Yeah.
that, you know, you could have like basically forced you to buy their own. But bricking the Switch is pretty disappointing. I
Yeah.
understand it not charging, but to brick your Switch is like, okay, that's a bit, yeah. Well, luckily I'm not planning on buying any third-party docks. I mean, for the time being. I might later, but who knows? We'll see what happens.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Oh, Froggy, yeah, I'll check that out. I'll check that out when the stream's over.
What's
Froggy,
sending
Froggy
you?
drew a. Did you draw it? Did you draw a Sonic, Froggy, or did you animate something? Nice. Uh-oh. Ow. Oh. I have never been up this flank before.
Much better.
The payload's under my
Yeah, a lot of electronic companies actually do that kind of thing, Xander. Like they kind of just hard block certain pieces of hardware from working. I believe
Squint's talking about that in the chat at the moment as
Oh,
well.
is he? Yeah.
'Cause he's
So-
very aware of, like, you know, the history of companies doing that before as well.
Yeah, if you might be familiar with this Microsoft case, I believe Seagate used to make a small adapter for the Xbox 360 that allowed the Xbox 360 to take bigger hard drives through its USB port. Now, one day Microsoft said, "Yeah, these don't work anymore," and that was it. That product just went. That you can't use that product anymore. And, I mean, they're actually well within their right to do it. They're a private company,
it's just
so
a shame that they do it.
Yeah.
It's not, you know,
Yeah.
it's, I mean, they have the right to. They're protecting their property and they're protecting their products. But Squint, like, it's happened before. Like, Squint's talking about a story that where a company did this as well to fake chips, which basically they act exactly the same way. But a company just did this huge sweep and they basically bricked a shit ton of hardware from rival companies, and I don't really think it was a big deal. It was mainly just an incredibly terrible hindrance on everyone else, like every consumer. And yeah, I mean, he can explain it better than I can, but it was just painful.
Was it a computer thing, like a computer,
No, they were
or
electronics
was it,
chips.
or this 3D? Oh, okay. Ooh, I have my ulti. Probably could have saved us there. Sorry to. Okay,
So,
Munich.
when we
was-
say chips, we mean like little tiny microprocessors that you can use in electronic circuits to put together to make larger parts of things. Squint uses them all the time to build small circuits that you can
Right.
use in small robot constructions, or you know, just little tools that just do small things. So
or your
pretty common components.
labo death machine.
Yeah, potentially your Labo Death Machine. If you really want.
Uh-oh.
So yeah, there's a bunch of clone chips out there, you know, as opposed to the original ones for certain companies. And, you know, clone chips are obviously very easy to come by, and a lot of people get the clone chips. So the company that made the original chips released a driver that bricked imposter chips by changing their PID to 0. I don't know what that means, but Squint does. The problem is original chips are hard to source and they couldn't keep up with demand. So it's kind of like, well, you know, you
Yeah.
basically just pissed off your entire consumer base. And if people do honestly want to get your original chips but they can't, what have you just done? You've just proven yourselves to be huge assholes, and you've bricked how many people's, you know, components? Like, you know, that's not a good look.
Mm.
If you can't keep up with demand and then you brick every imposter, you're not Xbox. It's a different situation. It's kind of like, well, you know, that's a dick move. Well within their right, but a pretty big dick move.
Also,
Like,
you
if
don't
can't,
want to piss off the hobbyists, you know, like
exactly.
like-
Yeah, they're not going to buy from you ever again. They're not even going to consider buying from you. They're going to go find a completely different source if they can.
yeah, because hobbyists are slightly different. It's a slightly different level of consumer than like a normal consumer. Like
Mm.
like the people that are really
Bots.
passionate about the product,
Mm.
and like the people that are in it, you know, for the passion.
Mm.
Yeah, or people, even industries, you know, like
Mm.
often there's a lot of overlap between, like, Squint's probably in it for the industry, isn't he? Like, he's probably not a hobbyist. He's
Oh, he's both.
Yeah.
He's hobbyist and industry.
yeah. So
It says that FTDI, the guys that owns the IP for USB to serial chips, though. So I mean, I guess in some ways, I think at that point they actually have they have a legal obligation to no. Oh, I see. So many things need that kind of software to be able to work. So they bricked a lot more than what it seems. Like they bricked a lot of products and items as well. Like they basically in updating that software, the amount of different components they bricked across the board is huge.
okay. We're attacking, huh? I think it's time to get Sombra out of the box.
Everything can be hacked, and everyone.
Nah.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, he's also saying that, you know, for people, he follows a lot of people that do industry work, and a lot of them have YouTube channels and talk about what they do. They've said that it's very hard for you to be able to tell if what you have is a genuine chip or a clone chip. So,
Right.
like, it's kind of, at that point, it's really Russian roulette. You know, are you going to brick your project? Do you actually have the right one?
I just got something from Froggy from YouTube.
Yeah.
Crush 40 is back. Mitch and Sarah, don't know if you knew. What's Crush
I mean, haven't
40?
they been back since Sonic Unleashed?
What's Crush 40?
That's the band that did the music for Sonic Adventure 2.
Okay, I think Froggy might be a bigger Sonic fan than me. I didn't know that.
I mean, that's fair. I mean, when you think about
cool.
game OSTs, you just think, oh, that's the game OST. You don't think about it as a band or an artist. You just think, oh, that's just the
Yeah.
OST. You know, you kind of, a lot of people don't have the direct association of, oh, you know, that's the band's name.
And what game are they working on? The soundtrack for?
Or have they just started making music for some reason?
I think we may need Sombra out for this.
Squint also said that with the whole bricking of all that software, it's not just like projects, it's products as well. Like if people are making products and they had cloned stuff that they got somewhere, or even hobbyist, you know, products or small line products, it's like, well, that's consumers' products that you've just bricked on such a huge scale, and it's just kind of like, holy shit, what are you doing? It's interesting. Like the whole electronics consumer industry is fascinating.
I guess this doesn't really happen with any, like, with a more, like, practical-based hobby.
I don't think
Like,
so.
like
no.
model trains can't release a model train that breaks all the rest of the model trains, you know? Like,
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, like it doesn't really work like that. Or like fucking Windows 10. You know, in what history have we had a software update that's potentially bricked your computer? Never. And
Windows 10 has fucked my
release that
yeah
bullshit.
has fucked a project of mine, like for real, like multiple times. Like the amount of time, I'm sure you've been around.
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
you've been
what
around on a
company has the
Pixel Sieve,
balls
haven't
to
you?
release their shitty software like that, like Windows 10 has. Absolutely ridiculous. What did it break?
I think you've been around on Pixel Sieved episodes where we've just been down to the wire, haven't you? Like, I don't know if you've...
have been, yeah,
Yeah,
it's been painful.
like, I don't know if...
I've seen the computer doing updates, and I've been
Yeah,
like, oh,
I'm gonna pull
Yeah.
back the curtain on honestly, for a while, was an average episode of Pixel Sieve. It was 5:30's coming up. It's currently 5 o'clock. Does anything work? No. All right.
I arrive at the studio back when I was in Perth. I go, hey guys, how's it going? And everyone's stressed to all hell because they have nothing set up because all the computers are just fucking
Yeah, like
not working.
I'm not
Nothing
saying
wants to talk
anything.
to me.
Johnny
Yeah.
is like picking at his beard and pacing, that thing he does when like nothing's working. Yeah.
I'm setting up my computer, praying it doesn't tell me that I have to start updates because I need to be able to read the script, and it's just kind of like, oh fuck.
And oh man, it's just
Yeah, that bullshit operating system. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's interesting that this is just such a, you know, oh, it's not a big deal. It's like, actually, can this not happen, please?
like
I'd like to keep my files.
they did a cover for a track for Team Sonic Racing that was revealed at E3. All right.
Oh, of course. Team
Okay,
Sonic
okay.
Racing. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Okay, let's. Okay, I hate to talk about Sonic again. Actually, I don't mind talking about Sonic. Sonic's fun to talk about. But, why does Sonic need a car? Like,
Because racing games are popular.
I can understand why Tails would need a car. In fact, why doesn't Tails win?
Racing games are popular.
Why doesn't Tails win every vehicle engagement in the Sonic universe?
Racing games are popular. It's literally just Sega's answer to Mario Kart to keep Sonic relevant. I've never played a Sonic racing game, but that's honestly how I see it.
We should do
A
it.
less fun version of Mario Kart.
I liked Riders. Riders was fun.
Riders was well, that was like something different as well. It was like you're on like hoverboards, and that's kind of cool. And it's just like, whoa, it's all about like the hoverboard tournament, you know. And that kind of made sense.
Froggy did a Sonic Riders Let's Play a couple of days. Yesterday, I think it was. I can't remember. I was in a very weird state of mind yesterday. I was so tired, and I just wasn't concentrating on anything. I'm surprised I got my project done.
Yeah.
But
Squint also says that IPs in the semiconductor industry is complete bullshit though, which I know is real. I've heard him talk about how the situation with the industry in China is they don't have copyright laws like the rest of the world.
Oh
So
yeah.
that's why you get so many clones. It's fascinating. But with Microsoft, it was a mistake, and it absolutely was a mistake. But it's a mistake that I feel like we shouldn't be making at this stage in the industry. Like,
Well-
it's a mistake that they can't undo. It's like that. That feels like something should have been tested a lot more before it was released. But I don't know. I don't know anything about the computer industry. I'm just a cranky consumer.
Oh, Widowmaker, let's do this. Yep, there you go. Sorry. Oh, that's an enemy unit. Okay, cool.
I'm on fire. Don't mind me.
I've secured the payload. Let's move it out.
Where's Soldier? Where is he?
Gotcha.
Sorry, Soldier.
Miss me? Much better.
You can tell the concentration starts. We just stop talking.
Mm.
Like, oh, we're taking the game seriously now. Oh, fuckberries. Oh man, if you weren't nano boosted, I would have beat you.
It's Western companies too. They release chips that are functionally the same,
I do.
and he's continuing.
Yeah, keep going.
¿Qué onda?
I'm watching him type this out. Lay it down.
How is the keyboard red hot? Like.
No. It's more like matter of fact.
Yeah.
They add unnecessary things to dodge copyright law. It's really interesting. Like, I've learned so much since knowing him about the industry in general and the kind of the details and the shady goings on in the consumer electronics industry or the hobbyist electronics and the engineering electronics. It's fascinating stuff.
Be right back. Sal. Aw, pobrecita.
Oh, this is not a big health pack. This is a small health pack.
See you later.
Get this doggy moving.
There's nothing wrong with drawing unrealistic armor designs for fun, Rudy. Like, you don't always have to be doing like the Lord's work. It's okay. If
I
you
would-
do armor and that's for fun, it's like, oh, who cares?
Well, I tell you what armor looks like that's realistic, alright? It's a Kevlar vest that cops wear. So don't worry
yeah,
about it.
that's true. Yeah, don't
Yeah.
worry about it. Whatever you've done doesn't matter.
Yeah. I mean, realistically, a real soldier doesn't need armor because a real modern soldiers aim to win every engagement before it even starts. So, I mean, if you
it's
really
a principle thing,
if you
you're
really want to go
upset-
that far,
Yeah, I mean, if you're upset because of your principles, like, who cares? Like, I don't know, I've drawn lizard fairies with boobs before, and I mean, who the fuck cares? It doesn't actually matter.
and
I'm
we're
very
back
much-
with the
I'm very
t-shirt
much against-
t-shirt ideas with Sarah.
I'm very much against, every time I talk about Argonians, I'm always just like, they shouldn't have boobs, Todd Howard, stupid.
Oh, you won. I was nowhere near the point.
Squid
Argonians
just
have
called me out.
boobs?
Since when did Todd Howard invent Argonians? I don't know, man.
Wait, do they have boobs? I thought they didn't.
Yeah,
They're reptiles. Why would they have boobs?
Exactly!
How do you spell that? A-R-G-O-N-I and boob. No, I'm not searching that.
It doesn't matter, it's a design choice, but like, again, you know, as much as I don't like that on principle, I'm not gonna like not draw it sometimes. It's like, who the fuck cares?
Oh, I guess they do. Yeah. Huh. Classic.
Classic Todd. What's up, Manik?
What's up, Manik?
Booblesslizardtrain.com.
Booblesslizardtrain.com.
Apparently that is that website has not been taken yet. And it is another quality joke that I said on stream once.
Lizard train.com.
I don't know why, but I was talking
/
about
pixelsiv.
I was talking about like Anthro lizard designs for some stupid reason on stream. God knows. Could be any reason. And people were being like, yeah, no, Argonians should have boobs, something. And I was like, I'm so glad you guys are all on board my boobless lizard train. It just kind of
Well-
that just kind of happened.
Well,
and
what
then
what do
somebody
we?
was like, oh, is that a URL that's free? That should be a portfolio website. And I was
I
like,
think that's a freaking T-shirt that should be made that we should sell.
yeah, absolutely, we should.
Um,
Right alongside of Fairy's Pay.
You're just full of fresh air, aren't you, Sarah? Just full of it.
Aren't you guys glad that you brought me on board?
I regret it every day. Oh, hey, kiddo. My sister's here.
Something?
Thank you.
Hey, Megan.
No, I made the bowl for you.
Oh, thanks.
Bag.
Hello.
It's one of them like big ass bags. If you want
Okay. Thanks.
Did she bring enough snacks to share with the class?
My sister bought me chips. She's the best.
Oh, did she bring enough
Yep.
to share with the class?
Well, I mean, if I could send everybody a chip, I would for a reasonable
Cool.
price, but I can't
For
because.
a reasonable price. You're
Yeah.
gonna have that.
I mean, I can
thing
send
to make
everybody
sure it
chips.
doesn't get damaged.
I can, but I won't. If anybody is wondering, a nice technique, if you can. Oh, see you, Froggy. Bye. Thanks for staying as long as you did. I
Bye,
know
Froggy.
you got. Froggy's a busy man, dude. He runs a successful YouTube channel.
Yeah. Got the shit to do.
Pretty
Videos to edit.
videos to edit. If you
video
guys
games
want
to
to
play.
check out our Discord, Froggy posts a lot of his work in our Discord. If you want to check it out. What is it? Synthesis Strategies on YouTube. Go check it out.
Mhm.
And how do I do this, Froggy? Smash that like button. He says that a lot.
Like, comments, fucking
Fuck
subscribe.
it's this. Like, maybe calmly dab the like button. We don't want to break it.
No, smash that fucking like button. Break YouTube's algorithm. I don't know. Destroy it.
This is where Sarah insults the entire YouTube community.
Oh, they've insulted themselves. Don't you worry.
That-
I'm late to the party. Logan Paul's existence.
Logan
insulted
Paul.
them already.
I mean, like, Logan Paul's existence is pretty much why I don't say that I'm on YouTube.
Yeah.
Like, I
Yeah.
don't say I'm a YouTuber, even though technically I am. Like, I just don't say that.
Well, no, we're a
Yeah.
podcast. We just
Yeah,
happen to
I
post
say-
episodes on
I
YouTube.
actually say-
we happen to stream
Yeah.
live on YouTube, but we also stream live on other reputable websites too.
Yeah.
You know, we're also on iTunes, Pocket Casts, Spotify, or you can subscribe on the RSS link on our page.
And the stream's
know,
over.
this is
Sarah
like-
ruined it.
What do you mean I ruined it? It's branding.
It's
But yeah,
branding.
It's like, I don't know. It's
Get-
branding. Johnny would be proud.
Said it's the furries. They pay.
But yeah, it's like, I don't know. I find calling this a podcast and then being like, oh, what do you guys post? Do you post your episodes? You can go, yeah, well, YouTube's the easiest place to find our episodes.
Yep.
You know, it's kind of like, it's but like,
Yeah.
like YouTube comes second, podcast journalism comes first.
Yeah.
And then you go, oh, well, we have all these websites, including YouTube, which is usually the easiest for people to look at, but we also are on all these other platforms. So it kind of softens that blow of, oh, yeah, YouTube, huh?
Yeah.
Like, you know, oh, I don't know. Like, a lot of different things ruined YouTube,
Yeah.
as far as being a potential reputable place that you could brand yourselves and market your product, or
I
your channel, or
I
your
feel like
videos
the
or-
only cool person on YouTube now is iDubbbz. do you know who iDubbbz is?
Vaguely, yeah.
He's the content cop guy. If you
Oh my god,
Yeah.
yes, I know who he
Yeah.
is. I wouldn't say I don't like all of his content, but I like what he does to some degree.
yeah.
I think he's doing what no one else is really capable of doing, and I think it's good that we have him. Like,
Yeah.
I call him chaotic good, I suppose.
Yeah, okay, he's chaotic good.
Yeah,
Like, yeah,
he's
yeah.
the Joker. He's the Joker
Yeah.
of YouTube.
Yeah.
In the, like, I wouldn't say I support him, but I'm glad that he's there, and I'm glad he's doing what he does. If
Yeah.
that makes sense. Like, because I think we need him to moderate the rest. Of the
It's like
bullshit
who
on
who
YouTube.
watches the watches.
Yeah, yeah. Who else is going to moderate YouTube? Because YouTube HQ sure as hell aren't. So at least we have iDubbbz. But yeah. Who else is gonna bully Leafy? Only iDubbbz will. Anyway.
Fully leafy.
I hate Leafy with a burning fierce passion. But anyway.
Sorry, Reaper. iDubbbz made a couple of good points on his Tana I can't even pronounce that YouTuber's name. Where he content
I
copped
haven't
that
really.
chick.
I only watched like
Yeah.
some specific videos of his.
Yeah. and he talked about taking power away from. He uses it as an avenue to like say like you can't be afraid to say words. And his main point is either some of it's okay or none of it's okay. Like that's his main thesis of the entire video. And I think that's a really good point.
That's interesting, yeah.
It's like you either like, you know, you can't just, you know, you can't preach, you know, being tolerant and everything, but, you know, bag out someone and wish they were dead on another video. You know, you don't get to
you
do
can
that.
call them out for their bullshit, and you can point out you can be mean to them to some degree, but like you can't, like, wishing death upon someone is like, okay, maybe you need to fucking stop. Like,
Hey there. Feeling much better.
Uh-oh.
oh no. Squint just said context is important too, though. I absolutely agree. You should.
Oh, yeah.
Judgment should come within context of the situation. Yeah. With regards to some of it's okay, none of it's okay. He's saying that context really is important. I really think people don't judge things enough on a case by case situation. They don't look at the surrounding context enough anymore. It just becomes mob mentality, regardless.
Fuck.
And no one's allowed to make mistakes and grow anymore. Like, I feel like. Like, I sure as hell made a lot of mistakes when I was younger on the internet. Even when I was old on the internet.
I still make mistakes
but like,
on
what
these
matters
things,
is that I'm open to being critiqued, and I'm open to listen. If what I did was not appropriate, I'm open to... I hope that someone will tell me, hey, Sarah, Shy, you fucked up. I hope people won't just go behind my back and go, Shy is a terrible content creator. Everyone stop supporting her without me knowing that I did something wrong and me not being given a chance to potentially grow and improve. So what I hate the most about the internet at the moment is that no one gets a fucking chance. Like, if I fuck up, please tell me. I want to know. I want to grow. I don't want to just be basically, you know, thrown off a cliff by my internet following if I offended someone and I was completely unaware of it, you know. But that's just how that's just how it'd be on this shit
So
of an earth,
what
I
Sarah's
guess.
saying is someone make a content cop on her.
Yes, yeah, iDubbbz, feature me. No, please don't. I never want to be on content cop. I never ever want.
No,
to
I
be
think
on
that to
content
get to
cop.
that level, you need to like, you know,
You need to be a real douchebag.
He doesn't.
Like,
He doesn't do like.
He doesn't do small
Yeah.
fry. He does the big fry
Yeah.
because and I like that about him. It's not about bullying small channels. It's about pointing out people that have time and time again been complete assholes. And it's kind of like, and are still supported regardless of that by, you know, people, or it's just like, you know, this is, no. Particularly his Keemstar video I thought was quite poignant.
his Keemstar video was
I
great.
hate Keemstar too, but it was great, and I think, you know, really pointed out Keemstar in a nutshell.
Have you seen his
Like-
rice gum video?
No.
Oh, okay. I would recommend that because he just the way he does it in that video is he kind of uses Rice Gum's own medium to get him. And it's amazing.
He does that with everyone though. He
He
does.
does,
With
you're
Leafy.
right,
Like,
yeah.
He mimics
Yeah.
Leafy's video style to point out how much of a douchebag Leafy is, and like,
Yeah.
that's where the humor comes from, really. Like that's why what makes his videos so good is because he will take your video style, he will use it against you, and he will use it to bully you because that's what you've done to everyone else as a YouTuber. Like that's what these people have usually done. They've bullied people using YouTube as a medium to you know, to do that. And he just goes, yeah, you know what? No, fuck that. You know, I'm the content cop now, bitch. And it's just kind of like, Jesus, you know. They're just gonna like, it's in the name, content cop. He'll just go after you for it, and I don't know. I think someone has to do it. I guess. Someone's got to fucking do it. Someone's got to keep fucking Keemstar and Leafy and all those other assholes in check at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Given that their fucking following is all 12-year-olds. Anyway. YouTube is just a bit of an embarrassing place to be now. Twitch isn't great, but it's a bit better, depending on how you pitch it to people that have never heard of it before.
I find
feel
Twitch.
like-
I find Twitch a little bit more fun to be around.
it's more fun to be around when you're in it, but if you're trying to explain to someone what Twitch is, it can backfire. Like for
Yeah.
example, I was watching a video. There's a particular streamer called Amaranth, and she does a lot of ASMR streams. In fact, no, sorry. She does reruns of streams. She made like what 5 streams, and then she just reruns them, and she still gets like over 1,000 viewers on her reruns. So she basically doesn't
okay.
put any new effort into half the shit she does. Every time I see her in IRL, she's always got like over 1,000 viewers, and it's always a rerun of an old stream. It's never
okay.
like anything new. So I don't know if she even has made any new content in the last, I don't know, few months. Anyway, so she just does ASMR, right? But she does it sexy, you know, because that's.
I thought ASMR wasn't I thought part of ASMR that wasn't sexy. Like you don't
Yeah,
really
well,
do
you see,
ASMR
it's sexy when
like
you wear a sports bra type top, and you look at the camera every half a second in an extremely alluring fashion, and you constantly whisper into the mic. I mean, I've got no problem with people that that want to present themselves a certain way on Twitch. It's up to Twitch to regulate that, but that's the thing. Twitch don't really. It's kind of tricky.
yeah, but like don't do that kind of thing and call it ASMR. You know, it's like it's a cam girl.
Yeah,
That's
it's like,
you know,
no, you're basically
like-
doing ASMR cam girl kind of
Yeah.
stuff, exactly. And there's
But
nothing
like,
wrong with being a cam girl.
no,
There's a
that-
time and a place for it, and Twitch I don't feel like is the right website. But she's skirting the line, is what she's trying to do.
yeah.
And I watched there was this video, and there was another YouTuber or streamer, sorry, and I don't know what content she does, but she actively went into Amaranth's chat and said when she was live one day, and said, you know, you're on the front page of this website, and every time I go and try and tell someone this is what I do, I'm fucking embarrassed because you are not an accurate representation of what this is, and you make me feel embarrassed. Like, you know, this is what when people go to this website, they see that and they think I'm a cam girl, you know.
Right.
Like, you're a fucking disgrace. And Amaranth said in reply, haha, sneaky bitch trying to steal my views. And she blocked her. And it was like,
Wow.
what?
That's fresh.
Like,
yeah.
Yeah, it was interesting. So it's just like that kind of attitude and behavior and that kind of nature of stuff bothers me on Twitch. And I mean, again, like, if you want to do cam girl stuff, power to you. If you want to do sexy ASMR, power to you. But I don't
But
think
don't call it.
It's not on,
Don't call it what it's
I
not.
don't think it should be.
Like,
I don't think it should
own
be
it.
on Twitch.
You know,
I
like
don't think it should be on Twitch. I don't
Right.
know. Like, especially because, you know, I mean, I don't know, it
Yeah.
makes me feel a bit.
Xander, people have sexualized things from day one. Humans are
Moody,
sexual
people
beings.
jack off
Yeah.
to feet,
Yeah.
but that's not the point.
No,
I have no
I-
problem if you jack
the-
off to feet. It's
this-
where you
yeah.
it's where you put
Yeah,
that in
the
front of people.
sexualization is not the problem. It's
Yeah.
it's not calling it what it is. That's the problem. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's not like
Yeah.
we have a. So the problem is not sexualization. Sexualization is fine. It's part of the human experience. Humans are sexual beings. It is. That's just the way. And the sex is fine. It's fine to
But, like,
sexualize stuff.
It's
But
when you
yeah.
utilize that as
Yeah.
part of your branding so heavily, and you're like, oh no, but what I'm doing is legitimate. Like, well,
Yeah.
there's
even
nothing
but
wrong with
you
you being
can
sexy and making sexy videos, but
you
just
can
be honest about it.
you can
I guess.
legitimately. I'm gonna just talk about that for a second. You can legitimize it. That's fine. You can be legitimate about it.
Exactly.
Just don't
exactly.
call it what it's not.
Yeah.
That is the
And
main.
what she's doing,
yeah.
what she's doing is ASMR, but it's also like, you know, sexy. It's sexy ASMR.
Yeah.
But, you know,
Like
it's kind of passed off as this respectable thing that's okay. And in everything, if you see what she does, everything about it is just cheap. And she's
Hmm.
getting. I mean, every time we see her on IRL, when Justin and I look on Twitch, it's like it's a rerun. So it's
Mhm.
not a new stream. It's a video, and she always has fucking 1,000 people watching it, and it's just like, what the fuck?
Whoa.
What the fuck? Why can't I do that? I mean, I know why, because I fucking couldn't live with myself if I did, but like, why can't
I think
get 1,000 viewers of a rerun of me playing with magic sand, kinetic sand? Anyway. Ugh. It's not even good ASMR.
I mean I'm eating chips right now. Does that get anybody going?
Did you want to know that? But yeah, I mean, stuff like that. I don't like that side of Twitch where it's kind of like, you know, I don't want people to go to Twitch and then to see people like chicks playing games in a kind of like a quasi cam girl kind of fashion. And again, there's nothing wrong with that, but I don't think that's what Twitch wants. And I'm not, you know, it's just like, you know,
I
there's
think-
probably better places for you to do that.
You know what's
But again, it's not something that you can really police, and I don't want to be too strict about it. Like, because again, full respect, if you want to do that, that's your choice. But I don't know. There's better websites. Sorry, what were you,
You know,
gonna say?
I'm actually fine with it on Twitch.
Oh yeah.
Just call it what it is.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
don't say it. Don't say it's
flag your video.
ASMR. Say it's
Yeah.
camgirling because we have a term for that,
Yeah.
and it is a term that exists for a reason.
Yeah.
Just use it.
And it's like, and when she
Yeah.
does ASMR, it's like the product she's supplying is not the ASMR. It's clearly just herself, and it's like that's okay. That's okay. But again, it's kind of masqueraded, I guess, as cheap ASMR when really it's just, you know, she's got on her title subs get Snapchat, and it's very obvious what the product she's supplying within her Snapchat is. And again, that's
Yeah.
okay. But you know, it's kind of like I don't know. I mean, as someone that constantly tries to put their branding around, you know, there not being a sexual element to it at all, it just kind of makes me feel a bit nervous to do anything more serious with my channel that involves like webcam and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, eventually one day I want to do more webcam stuff, but it just kind of makes me a bit like worried that I'm gonna get, you know, like if I wear makeup, oh, I'm a Twitch thought. If I don't, oh, I'm ugly. It's like kind of whole. It's like I can't fucking win at this point, you know. Like I just want to just play video games and not be bothered by people, and I just want to entertain people if I can. I don't want to have to deal with that side of Twitch,
I
which
feel
apparently is a problem.
I feel like I'm never gonna understand that concept, but
That's okay. Yeah.
where I come from is, I mentioned it to Froggy earlier. I said, look, the reason why I do this is to add something to people's lives. So, and that's the reason why all of us do it, even her.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
What and it depends on what you want to add to someone's life. So,
For sure.
so Sarah, I don't think you should be afraid to wear makeup or anything like that, because
Oh yeah, of course.
that's
it's gonna
that's
look
for
like
you.
shit anyway.
Yeah, that's for you.
That's a joke.
You know, like that, like
Yeah.
that's for you.
Absolutely.
Like what
of
they
course.
get out of it is for them. So
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
so essentially you just kind of have to weigh it up. I mean, if you're not comfortable with it right now, don't do it. But
of course.
know that's you making that decision.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
There
it's
is- there-
very much just something I want to be. I want it to be seen as just I'm just doing my thing. Oh, hey, there's a webcam now as well.
Yeah.
Like, you know, what shirt am I
Yeah.
wearing? The
And-
same shirt I've worn for the past 3 days. But shh.
Yeah. And
like that,
and to be
you know,
honest with
very-
you, no matter what you do, you're probably going to get those comments because.
Oh, I
but that-
definitely
but-
am, and I'm
but
okay with
that's-
that. But like,
but-
that's just one-off harassment that happens.
Yeah, yeah.
I
But
can deal with
that's not you getting those comments.
Oh, absolutely.
That you got to think about it like this. That's not you getting those comments. That's them projecting their insecurities on you. Like I know it sounds real corny, but
Yeah, for
that is the fucking truth. Like it.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I mean, doing pixel stitches actually really helped my confidence in speaking and presenting myself on video, especially as well, because that's something I had no experience with, obviously, and it's good doing it in an environment where there's a lot of support and it's more of like a professional thing than what we're doing, because then that can help inform what I do when I do it casually. Because you know, like obviously doing what we do, especially stuff at PAX, like that's great experience to have
And-
under your belt,
and
it's
you-
a very
you-
good confidence booster.
You had a little bit of makeup on at PAX, right? Like you.
Nope.
Oh, you didn't. Okay. Huh.
Nope. Just because I don't have anything that will last. I've actually been looking
Right.
into like makeup tutorials, trying to find the shit that will actually like, you know, not melt off my face after
Have
5
you-
minutes. I have a lot of trouble with that. So
Have you This is like pulling back the curtain a bit. Have you looked at the Paxel Sift chat that we have on our business chat?
in Slack,
Yeah.
a
I've
little
been meaning
bit,
to talk to you about this, Sarah. You need to check your Slack more often.
I really do. I really do. It's
Anyway.
I'm terrible with Slack. I'm
Yeah.
so bad with Slack.
Awful.
I'm trying
Yeah.
very hard to get better, but I'm god
Yeah.
awful at it.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, that HR meeting aside, you should check out that Slack thread, and I'm gonna say no more about that because it's douchey to talk about things you can't talk about. So,
Okay.
you should check that out.
Yeah.
But sexy ladies in armor on Discord right now, fantastic, Xander. That's what I like to see.
I had Slack on my old phone, and I need to get it back on this phone, because if I'm constantly getting pinged with Slack messages
Yeah.
there, I'll actually regularly check it, and it can be
Yeah.
like my business thing. Oh yes, business, Slack, mobile.
Yeah, because like the more you respond on there, the more people will message you. Like the more the team will message you on there. Because right now, I don't
Absolutely.
know whether
Yeah,
you're
I
gonna
know, I
respond to
know.
a Slack, so I don't go
Yeah,
for
no, that's
it.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna, like, after this stream, I'm gonna get it on my mobile, and then I guarantee you, like, my activity there will skyrocket.
Nice.
Got it. I'm ready to initiate self-destruct.
But, yeah. No, I've been doing some research, but I don't know, like I've been wearing makeup a bit in the last couple of years, but only for like special events, and even then it just melts off
Man,
my face. So
I
I'm doing
know-
research into like the best shit that I can buy that's actually gonna be worth my money.
I follow this makeup tutorial girl on YouTube
Oh, yeah.
only because she's fucking hilarious when she does her makeup. She's like, I will absolutely plug this channel. She's so funny.
Please do.
Yeah.
I would love
And
to
I
see
don't
that.
think any of it's like I don't know. I don't wear makeup, so I don't know whether it's any of it's actually useful. But the way she talks is so funny. Like she's
It's
a riot.
probably gonna be
yeah.
useful.
Yeah.
I feel like it would be.
She's like, I can't even imitate her because the way she does it is just so unique and like it's so dry. Like the humor is like it's so incredibly dry. Oh, Winston knows I'm here. Oof.
Thank you.
Oh shit, is he gonna see me?
Yeah, one day we'll get shy cam streams that aren't accidental.
I can't. An accident. What
the
you
other
do?
night,
You
I
did an
was-
accidental
when I
one?
was- I was showing the Sombra gun.
Oh.
So I full screened the cam. And then I went to go lean in to type something on my laptop. And I noticed in chat, Monica was like, "Oh, it's a rare shy sighting." So I gave like the webcam this really horrified expression. I mean, it didn't really matter. I mean, my face isn't a secret, but I just kind
Nah.
of like, you know, it's not something I do on
Yeah.
Twitch. So it's you know, it's just not like a regular thing on Twitch. But I thought it was pretty funny.
You're on Pixel Civ though. I mean,
Hmm?
you're on Pixel Civ though. You.
Yeah. So, but like it's not for my personal Twitch channel. It's
Oh
something that I
right, yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like I'm saving it for a special occasion.
Yeah, like showing off a Sombra gun.
That was an accident though, but yeah, it's like I
Yeah.
don't know.
You should definitely post more of that project in the Discord, by the way.
Absolutely. No, I've got some good photos. I just gotta get them off my phone. I'll slap them in Discord.
Shamelessly, because I just want to see them.
It's good. It's gonna be good. We're gonna print a little orange cap to put on the end, so
Oh,
you
cool.
don't get pulled up at airport security, and that means it might just be easier. You can put. I think ideally we're gonna make it so that you can take it on and off in certain situations. So if you want to take a nice photo, you can just pop it off if you're hanging out at a con. It is 100% infill, so well not 100% infill, but like the entire gun is fully plastic.
Oh, really?
So like,
Okay.
it's 80% infill, so there's holes inside of it, but like it's not, you know, if you did a scan of it, there's no way in hell you could put a barrel inside it. There's no way. You
Yeah,
could
yeah.
ever
I
be
don't
a
want
real
any of
gun.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, of course not.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying. So like, we're hoping that if with an orange cap and it's very obviously a prop. You
I mean,
know,
I will check it. Like, it's not gonna come with me on the plane. That would be ludicrous. Like.
yeah, of course. But it shouldn't have, once we glue it all together,
God,
it
the
should
payload
be
is all
pretty
the way back
clearly.
here.
It should be pretty clearly fake. So
Yeah.
just because it does look pretty hardcore and very detailed when it's printed.
Yeah,
but
I was
like
a bit-
foam gun, it should be alright.
I was a bit concerned at the fact that you were using black.
Well,
For
we're
it.
gonna spray
Yeah.
paint it some base Sombra colors, just so
Okay.
it looks a bit nicer.
Cool,
Like,
thanks.
I think we're just, it's probably not gonna detail paint it, but I was just thinking if we just get some spray paint that's in the same color.
Yeah,
as
if you
Sombra's
just
gun
flat it,
originally,
if you just
give it a
flat
flat
it for
color,
me,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
that's fine. Yeah,
use-
we're just gonna do that, and then it will look probably like a prop.
Flat
We're
it
gonna
with,
paint her logo on it.
yeah, flat it with matte and like
Yeah.
the matte cut style paint.
Yeah, sure.
Do that for me, and then that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. Just because, you know, otherwise it's gonna look it's a bit creepy when it's just in.
Yeah, when it's fully, I was a bit concerned when I found out that
Black's
you were
just
fully
the-
black. Yeah.
I mean, but like black's just like a base. Think of it like a base kind of coat thing.
Mm.
We'll paint it. We'll give it a coat of a color that will make it not look terrifying, and then we'll
Yeah.
be good to go.
Cool. Thanks.
Play of the game.
Squint also says that we always print things like this in black because if you scratch the paint off at some point, it's not going to look really jarring.
Oh,
If,
okay.
if the undercoat, if the original print is just in black, it won't look as bad if you do paint it really nice. Then if it gets damaged, it's kind of being like, it's not going to be like bright white or bright green or something really ghastly underneath. It's going to be like, oh yeah, so it'll hopefully blend in a bit nicer.
Okay.
And black was just, we have a lot of black, so doing a big print in black was just the most convenient. But yeah, I think it'll be fine once it's all put together. And orange, obviously, the orange cap is just like a it shouldn't. It's
I'm
just
like,
a nice thing to be like, when it's not well done.
secretly can't wait for that. Like,
Yeah.
packs
No,
is one
I think
thing.
it's gonna look good. Yeah. We've just got to print some other bits and pieces for it, and maybe even reprint a part or two just because it warped a little bit, just so it looks nice and it matches up really well when it's all stuck together.
How
but
is
that
it?
shouldn't be a
How
problem.
are the different pieces fused together?
So we're gonna glue them together.
Oh yeah.
We have a few different options on how we can glue them together, but yeah, that should work out okay. So they came the gun came pre-cut up with the intention of it being 3D printed in those different components. And they're all pretty, like, where it's been cut, it's usually quite like a nice kind of flat surface, so it should be pretty seamless when we put it all together, like the way that they've cut it up, so it shouldn't look too bad. But yeah, we have like plenty of a variety of different glues at our disposal, so we'll pick the best one for the job. I'm gonna use epoxy probably, so that should be really, really sturdy.
Nice.
But yeah. I can probably lay them all out, like, with a little bit of a gap to show you where they all sit as well.
Oh yeah, cool. That'd be awesome.
I'll do that later. Yeah, just so you can see just where the individual components sit. Where's my phone? I'm gonna get Slack right now.
Okay. In the meantime, I can look at Xander's pictures.
Sexy armor art.
Oh, nice, Xander.
People,
Looks good.
people have tried to melt down 3D print material that has failed, but it doesn't work. You can't reprint it, unfortunately. An attempt has been made to, like, a product does exist that basically melts down 3D printed material.
It's a powder, right?
Sometimes it's a powder, sometimes it's not. What we have spools of threaded plastic, like almost like plastic wiring.
Oh, okay.
So powder is apparently the worst to use.
Really?
So we use, it's basically just plastic in a big spool, like a wire spool. And people have a company has manufactured a device that basically melts it back down and puts it into like a thread tube again. But someone tried printing with it, and it's not. Unfortunately, because of the nature of what happens when you print it, it's not usable once it's printed once. That's it. It's a once done kind of process. I think Squint knows more than I do, but I think it's to do with what happens when it's heated up and cooled down. Which what happens when you 3D print
it'll be chemically different after that.
Exactly, yeah, the chemical properties are different, and you can't do it again, unfortunately. So the best bet is, perfect your printer, and then you won't have as much waste. The waste just kind of, when you start off with the hobby, waste just kind of comes with it.
I'm so jealous. 3D printing is just like the coolest thing ever.
Yeah, for an industry environment, if you had the right money and the processes available, you could recycle. But for like a home device that can recycle it, doesn't work. So unfortunately, recycling is not a viable option for people that are like us that just have a home printer and we're hobbyists. But if you were working at a company that had a shit ton of 3D printers, you could definitely get something that could recycle it, and it would be much more worth your while as well. For us, it's just not financially viable, and of the objects that do exist that can do it, they don't work. So. Which is unfortunate, but again, like, we pretty much perfected the printer, so that we basically have very few issues when it comes to printing now. So that means like little to no waste too, which is pretty solid. So that really helps. But yeah, I think eventually we'll have better recycling methods. But yeah, at the moment it's not viable for home.
Alright, this will probably be the last game for the stream, I think. Because I do need to get ready for work.
Part of the problem mainly with recycling is that like when you run filament through a printer, it's manufactured at an extremely specific diameter because of the way that most 3D printers work, like what a Bowden extruder. So it kind of has like a little gear that feeds the filament through into the hot end of the device. And with recycling, Squint's just told me that like they can't get the size to be precise. It kind of varies. So, and the second you feed through filament that isn't that precise size, it's not going to work. If it's too small or too big, it's going to fuck it up and it's going to break the printer potentially. If you're not aware that it's going through and it's stuck, it'll just jam the whole system up. So, and also it's more. I think it's more about that than the chemical properties. But yeah, it does kind of adjust it and shift it a bit. So, and with other printers like with resin printers and stuff, I don't think you can recycle resin. So.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Sam, I'm not sure if you heard, but I think this will be my last game for the stream.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay.
As much as I would love to hear about 3D printing
That's alright.
more,
It's interesting, but that's
It
we
is
can always
super
discuss
interesting.
another day.
but I need to get ready for work.
That's alright.
Iniciando el hackeo.
And I think
Oh, my battery is low, so that's okay. That works.
nice. You gonna bring your PS4 to Melbourne when you come back and get it?
I actually might. That would be nice, and I can play Bloodborne.
Yeah, because I noticed that it was just sitting there when I went to pick up your
Yeah,
computer.
it was not viable for me to bring it initially, but I can probably take it back. You can put that in check-in luggage, can't you?
Yeah,
Alright. Yeah, I
you
think I
need to
can take
pack
that with me.
clothes all around it though.
Oh, of
Yeah.
course. It needs to be packed.
Yeah,
Definitely.
and get them to put one of the fragile things on it. Like,
Oh, shit, you're right. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
not that
I'll
I think,
consider it.
not that helps.
Consider
I
it,
think,
I mean, it makes you feel
But
a bit better at least.
but even if you do that, I mean, even if you don't, it's not that much of a nightmare to carry.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. I'll see what happens, but I'll definitely consider trying to pack it with me for sure, because it would be good to have two PS4s with us. It'd be very, very nice.
Yeah, it seems like a waste of resources just having it to sit in the cupboard.
Absolutely, it's just sitting there. Or if we don't use it, I'll just give it back to EB Games and get some credit. Not a
Nice.
big deal.
I mean, you could just do the EB Games thing, give it back for credit, and then buy another one in Melbourne.
I mean, I could. Or just use it to buy something else. I'm not sure. We'll see how I feel. But we
Oh,
would
yeah.
like to be able to play Bloodborne together, like cooperative and stuff. That is the one thing that we're missing out at the moment. Like with having one PS4, it means that only one person can potentially play Bloodborne, and that's a very fun co-op game. So it has a decent amount of replayability too.
Much better. Let's get started.
Defense into offense.
Squint's saying that I'm basically trying to tell you that you should play Bloodborne.
I do have it.
It's a good game. It's hard once you've learned how to play it. Just like Monster Hunter, it becomes a lot easier.
Yeah, okay.
Once you know what you're doing, and once you know how to do the combat, and you kind of taught yourself how to be patient and how to to work with that. So, but it's also I've never seen a game combine so many subgenres in my entire life. It literally contains every form of existing, I guess, horror trope, and it just smashes it into the one game. And I don't know how the fuck they make it work, but they make it work. It's incredible. It's got something for everyone.
30 seconds remaining.
If we are to progress, we must claim the objective.
Uh-oh.
Beacon in place.
No, Genji. Bad Genji. Yeah.
Commence attack on objective B.
Nice. Mercy's pretty good at the reviving.
You can tell stream. Type it in chat yourself, Squint. God.
Oh.
Oh no. No, 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 Symmetra. Oh my god.
I don't think we... Oh, wow, nice.
Oh shit, Mercy. Oh heck.
Nice Roadhog.
Moody, you've been playing Quake Champions. That's so good. Oh, Mitch, by the way, I think Justin posted it in Discord, but
He
if you
did
pick
post
up
it, I
Quake
have it.
Champions, yeah, you do have it
Yep,
good, just
I
because
have
it's
it,
like
yep.
free forever, so it's like fucking
Yep.
free game, why not? And it's
Nice.
actually very fun. It's a really, really good game. Like, once you get the PC system set up, we'd love to play with you on PC as well. If you want to give
Yeah,
it a shot.
yeah, cool. I would like to do a lot of
And
things on
don't worry,
PC.
we're terrible at it as well. So
I very much doubt you're as bad as me at PC games.
yeah, but like, you know, if you just started, it's okay. But like, we're both bad at Quake. Like, Quake is interesting, but I think we still have fun. Like, it's a wonderful game where even if you're terrible at it, you can it's still a lot of fun, regardless. And I think that's why I like it so much. Is that I
Right.
don't feel demoralized when I play it. I still have a damn good time because respawns are so fast, and it's I don't know. It's a hard game to kind of feel grumpy at, even if you suck, because somehow you just have fun. So it's a very, very good multiplayer. Yeah. Movement is very good once you get a handle of that as well. So overall, it's just a really, really well crafted game. So we can do a Quake Champions Tuesday, I guess.
Quake champ. What are we playing? Let's play Monster Hunter next week.
We'll play Monster Hunter next Tuesday. That could
Yeah.
be really fun. I'd love to play Monster Hunter.
The only thing your computer needs is an extra hard drive now. That's all it needs. It actually has one in there
Oh.
currently.
Yeah, Beast want another one?
It has a 160 gigabyte one in there, in it now,
Mm.
and it's just not enough to do anything.
Yeah.
And I don't have.
Unfortunate.
I need to terminate some Ethernet cables for it, because right
Yeah,
now
yeah,
it's
it's
running off
okay.
Wi-Fi, and it's not as fast as it could be.
Yeah, if it's the stream PC, you want that to be.
Yeah.
Really want that to be on.
Only
on
because of
Ethernet.
my abnormal modem setup. I'm sure
That's
Squid.
okay,
I'm sure
yeah,
Squid can
yeah.
empathize with that. I have
Oh,
a
we definitely
yeah.
can. We have cables going everywhere.
Yeah, so like my cables actually go into the side of my desk, which
Ah.
is
No, that's cool. But like, let me know when you got that sorted out, and we
Yeah,
can try
no
some
worries.
PC stuff. And hell, even if you want to chest stuff off stream, we're always around. So.
yeah, okay, cool. Have you learned how to set up the pixel sieve setup in OBS or in XSplit?
No, yeah, I still need
Yeah.
to get that done. I can I'm using OBS now, so
Okay,
I'll
cool.
have a look and I'll gotta download all the assets. I'll let you know
Yeah.
sometime if I want you to help me run through it all.
Because I remember you
I'll
having
get
some
that stuff
difficulties the
sorted
other
out.
night with OBS.
Yeah, I'm having more and more like there's few games that I can comfortably run on this computer and stream at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I like as far as the quality of the game, it's been a bit tricky and finicky with me at this point. But I'll
Right.
get everything loaded in because who knows, might start putting money aside for it to buy a new PC while I'm over here. Because my
Mhm.
old PC it needed a full upgrade anyway. As a
Right.
stream PC, it'll be fine. But like for gaming, I would have needed to probably replace almost all of the parts
Well,
anyway.
I
like,
ran-
You can have it.
I ran Destiny 2 on it the other night.
Yeah, it runs games, but like like yeah. But wait, we're using my old hard drives and stuff.
No, not
or-
your hard drives.
yeah,
This
yeah.
is the
That's
shittier.
okay. Yeah, I think cleaned out. I mean, it ran
Yeah.
games alright, but like I could tell that there was strain at times.
Well, I could not. I think that computer's fucking awesome.
But yeah, I think I'm like I'd be comfortably happy with getting an upgrade. I think at this point, and it's just probably more convenient.
Right.
Find that base over here, but like you can just keep it. Like I had a good run with it, man. It's old now.
Well, if you want it back, let me know.
Yeah, of course, of course. But I mean, I don't know when I'll have the money for a new PC because of bloody Bitcoin miners.
I hate Bitcoin miners.
I hate them too.
Play of the game.
Fucking Roadhog. This Roadhog is badass. Fuck.
Roadhog.
Holy
please.
shit. Okay.
Dude, you should absolutely play Broforce with us sometime.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, how about this? If you do the Broforce thing, you can run that Let's Play.
Wait, is it Broforce on PC or PS4?
Oh,
to get it on
is it?
PS4.
I'll have to get it on PC, yeah. Or whichever.
Whichever.
Yeah. Oh, Munich said that. I thought Squint said that. Yeah, okay. I would love to run Broforce, actually. Oh, hang on. Let's just cancel this before we get pulled into another game. As I mentioned earlier, this is probably that was the last game.
Yeah,
thank you very
sounds
much for
good.
joining us, Munich, and Xander, and Froggy, and everyone else.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, these are always
Good
fun.
stream. Yeah.
I think I have the most
much
fun on
enjoyed.
these streams that are on my own. Like I'll admit I have less fun in Fortnite only because it's me complaining half the time. But yeah, I like it a lot. Thank you for joining us, everybody. The next time we're live will be on Thursday where we play some Australian game. Probably,
Hell yeah.
we haven't really locked it down yet. We don't know which one. If you have any suggestions, let us know. Let's have a look. What else do I need to mention? That's pretty much it. And then Friday Night Fortnite will not be happening this week, actually. I need to remind everybody that the entire Pixel Civ entourage will be at an event on Friday. So,
Oh, what's happening on Friday?
Friday we're going to a play up. So all of us are going. Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. Yeah, play
So,
up
so Sarah, if you want to test out your stream by streaming something on the Pixel Civ channel on Friday,
Oh shit, that's
that
good
might be a
idea.
good
I
opportunity
could.
for you.
I mean, I could stream Friday Night Fortnite.
Ty the Tasmanian Tiger. You want that, Manik? I think we can make that happen. Sarah?
We could definitely make that.
Friday?
It's on PC. Maybe not for Friday,
Yeah.
but I think I could definitely definitely do some Friday Night Fortnite.
Yeah, Sarah, I think you run Friday Night Fortnite. I forgot
could-
about
could
you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I could absolutely run Friday Night Fortnite.
Yeah, yeah.
Why
Okay,
not?
done.
Yeah,
All right,
do it.
Friday Night
Done.
Fortnite. Scratch that. Friday Night Fortnite's back on. Sarah's running it.
Oh my god.
Good luck, you loser. Fortnite sucks. All right,
Oh,
Friday Night
dude.
Fortnite is on. Sarah's
Alrighty.
running it from the Pixel Civ account. You run from the Pixel Civ account.
I'll do it from Pixel Sift.
Nice.
Absolutely, yeah.
She's
I'll-
gonna have
I'll
all our
everything set up.
overlays. She's gonna have
Yep,
our
I'll get that
my
all set
dumb
up.
Haruhi meme. No, she's probably not gonna have that. I didn't do that at all.
going
I didn't do
down-
that at all today. Hang on.
I'm not going to. Oh my god, I'm not
Fuck,
going to.
where is it?
download That the Haruhi meme.
I'm not even gonna do it. I just didn't do it at all today. Thank you very much for joining us.
Yeah, thanks guys.
I look forward. You know what? I might just be on stream the entire time I'm at that party, just watching Sarah play Fortnite.
Oh my god.
All right. Good day and good night.